everybody, clap. Amanda, you got one? There's a storm now. Yeah. On the ocean. And it's moving this way. If your soul, anchor it, you will drift away. Yeah, there's a storm out on the ocean. It's moving this way. If your soul, anchor it, you will drift away. Drift away. Drift away. You it's too late. Drift away. Somebody say if your soul, anchor it, drift away. Everybody, clap your pick 'em up, put 'em back high. Y'all say that with me. Pick 'em up, put 'em back high. Pick 'em up, put 'em back high. What you hear? I get joy when I think about it. I get joy when I think about it. I get joy when I think about it. I get joy when I think about it.
All right. Do you get joy when you think about what St. James has done for you? Or I mean, what God has done for you? Yeah, that's right. Listen here. Thank you for joining the St. James Show tonight. I am your host, St. James, bringing you the gospel according to St. James on tonight. The thoughts and opinions are mine, mixed with a little, factual. So thank you so much for joining, LLE. Thank you for being that faithful soldier. What's up, Hilliard? Rest of you, Elise, Latoya. I can never get this name. I gotta speak in tongues when I say this word. Okay. But yes, we're gonna get down into the depths of things on tonight. That is what he's done. All right. Again, as you're coming in, appreciate it if you would like and share. And also, if you are interested to be a member of the St. James Show, go ahead and click the link in the description or the link right on the profile, and you can be one of my favorite saints or even one of my big tithers. That's where the big bucks start rolling in. Hope everybody's having a good time on this wonderful Friday evening. Not much going around in these streets on YouTube, so I said, let me go ahead and pop in here. What's up, me from Chicago? I love me, the city of Chicago. Boy, I tell you, it's getting crazy in these streets today. Before we get down to the nitty gritty, just want to appreciate each and every one of you. I am almost at 6,000 subscribers, almost, not too far away from 6,000 subscribers. So if you guys continue to spread the word that St. James is over here talking that good stuff. You know, some of us don't like what I say. Who cares? Go to somebody else. Who cares? I don't like what you say, so don't make a difference. Anyway, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Your opinion matters over here, so feel free to comment in the chat as long as it's respectful. What's up, Jacqueline? She's one of my good members also. Long as it's respectful in the chat and you ain't running me down, you'll be all right. Now, if you get too crazy, the mods will go ahead and put you on timeout. Now, it's up to you how long you get put on timeout, depending on your bully fingers. You know, we got a lot of keyboard bullies. We ain't got no real bullies in real life, but we got a lot of keyboard bullies. What's up? Long name, Deshaun. Oh, just Deshaun Bohannon for life. Deshaun Bohannon for life. And let me see here. You know what? I forgot something. Let me see if I can add it really quick. Really quick, really quick. Who else we got in here today? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Let me add it real quick. Speaking, what's up, Hilliard? What is going on? Speaking of Bohannon, join me this Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, my Cali time, and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Central Mountain. Y'all figure all that out. I don't have time to figure all that out for you. But join me here, right here at the St. James Show, and I will be interviewing none other than the great maestro himself out of Brooklyn, New York, Pastor Vincent Bohannon. So you don't want to miss that. I know most of you are going to be working, because I got a lot of working followers. I don't have a lot of Snap and other, even though there's nothing wrong with that, but I got a lot of working followers. So you may be working at that time, or you may can put your iPods in and just listen, and then, glance over to your phone every now and then. But we will be here Wednesday with Vincent Bohannon. And speaking of Vincent Bohannon, they just released a great CD on today. It is available on all streaming music platforms. Live in Dallas by Vincent Bohannon and the Sounds of Victory. So you definitely want to get over there to Spotify, your Apple Music, and all the streaming sites. I only deal with Apple Music, so I don't really get involved with all the other stuff. But so you want to go and stream that. It is very, very, very good. Good. You say you plan to see that. Great. Come back and check it out. I listened to the CD all last night, because it hit last night, and I listened to it last night. It's one of those non-skippable ones. You can just let it go. It's just music, church choir, good music. I see his name spelled Bohannon. Oh yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, I think you have two N's and then you have an O. Okay, yeah. His is just Bohann. Yeah. A little different. Can't wait. Me neither. I can't wait. That's going to be exciting. I have many more great interviews coming up. So you want to make sure that you are connected right here at the St. James Show. We just don't want to talk about stuff. We want to bring people in and get into their life. Hey, what's up, Sean? Get into their life and see what makes them click. Get you more connected to the artist, to the actress, to the actor, to whoever we interview. Just want to get us more connected to it so we can appreciate their gift and their artistry even more. So again, join me here on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 11th, right here on the St. James Show, either on Facebook or right here on YouTube. Facebook is over there. That's our storefront church. This is our mega church sometimes. All right. So what else we have here? Well, speaking of new release music, Kirk Franklin just came out. His album just came out. We say albums or whatever it is, EPs. We got so much different lingo now. But this is, of course, it's kind of a response to that documentary that he was in. That was very powerful, very thought-provoking, very sentimental. And let me tell you, it is a nice CD. It's Kirk Franklin. It's Kirk. We can say it's Kirk. It's definitely his style, definitely what he does. All right. Before we get into it, please, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button, and we will get down to the nitty and the gritty. You know what I did? And I did this again. I said, I'm going to pull this up before I go live. And of course, I didn't do that. But I'm going to do it really quickly here so we can get down to what we are here to talk about tonight. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. All right. So, man. Let me see. I don't want to play it. All right. You go back. You go back. I don't want to do that. All right. So we have here. This is let me just paint the picture here. Here is LaShone Cleveland. Now LaShone Cleveland is the daughter of the great James Cleveland. James Cleveland, of course, is a gospel legend. He's pretty much the king of gospel. As he said, you watched the interview the other day. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was old Regina. You know, she a mess. If you haven't watched that interview, go back and watch my interview with Regina Adams, the slapper puncher of Loretta Jones out of the City of Refuge in Los Angeles. So you want to go check that out. Okay, so here's LaShone Cleveland. Now, LaShone Cleveland, daughter of Reverend James, only daughter of Reverend James Cleveland. You know, she's kind of just been in the background. People have known who she was, but she's just kind of been in the background. I've always wondered why she hasn't played a major part within the Gospel Music Workshop of America, or what we call GMWA. She's never really since I've been following GMWA, since I've been going to GMWA, she's never played a part. I don't know if she maybe previously did, like was on the board or you know, anything like that, but she never really, even now, she's not really connected to the Gospel Music Workshop of America. She has been trying to pretty much get her own workshop off of the ground for a number of years now. I don't know. It just hasn't been that successful. Maybe it will start doing its thing. What's up, Viper? Maybe it'll start doing its thing, but she has a whole lot to say. She got a whole lot to say. When her father died back in, I believe, 91, let's see, Jamison, Bishop Albert Jamison took over the Gospel Music Workshop of America. So I believe I wanted to say I saw she would pretty much be roaming around there as also GMWA, but I never really saw her really involved. What am I doing? I'm tripping. Okay. But Bishop Jamison, he's out of New York. He took over the Gospel Music Workshop of America. But she doesn't like well, I don't know why she's talking about it now, because it's going in that it's been going in that direction for years. She didn't do nothing. Yeah, I don't think she did anything in the GMWA. Yeah. What's up, KC? But she wants to do something now. Let me tell you something. Let's kind of get into what she's saying. She has a couple of videos that she recently made, and let's get into what she's talking about. Where we at? Let me take this off. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's going to be one of those things somewhere, depending upon whenever you look at this video. I said I wanted to do a video so that I could give you some information about JCGME. So that's why we're here. In September.
And JCGMC, of course, is what I showed you earlier, a little while ago. That is her proposed new music conference, the James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience. The James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience.
September of 2022, I purchased the trademark to the Gospel Music Workshop of America.
Did y'all hear what she just said? Perhaps you didn't hear let me back that up. Let me let you hear what she said one more time.
2022.
Hold on. Back it up just a little bit more.
But I could give you some information about JCGME. So that's why we're here. In September of 2022, I purchased the trademark to the Gospel Music Workshop of America.
LaShone Cleveland, watch it, Kate. Watch it, me. We not here for that. We not here for that. We all know the stories on James Cleveland. We don't need to. This isn't the video to regurgitate things about her daddy. We talking about the Gospel Music Workshop of America. That's what we talking about on today. If you want to talk about those other things, hook up your computer, run with it. Hook up your phone and run with it. I can feel the stud vibes though, Sean. Anyway, let me share this with you. Let me share this with you, everyone. Very messy, you be. Very messy. Check this out, y'all. Here is the National Trademark Database. It clearly states the GMWA, Gospel Music Workshop of America, where everybody is somebody. Reverend James Cleveland, founder. If you scroll down, the filing date to purchase the trademark, September 27th, 2022. And the purchaser's name, the owner of this trademark as of September 27, 2022, is none other than LaShone Cleveland. There's her attorney down there, and it goes into detail as to the design of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. Men depicted as shadows or silhouettes of men, bumper stickers, calendars, that's the design. So when you get a trademark, you have to put in, if you have a logo, you have to specify what that logo, you have to put it in writing what that logo is. What's up, CCNTV? What is your real name? Christian, right? Christian, yeah. Ooh, my. So, what did I do here? I'm gonna stop this. Okay. So we have the design. We have what she can actually do. Checks, calendars, everything related to GMWA. LaShone Cleveland now owns. Now, you're going to tell me that there was no ownership of the trademark all these years from Albert Jamison, from anybody on the board at the Gospel Music Workshop of America. They done fumbled the ball, the bag, and let LaShone Cleveland, which I don't know why LaShone didn't have it even in the beginning, because if it was my daddy, I would have had GMWA sold up. Let me tell you, y'all wouldn't have got a y'all wouldn't have got a dime off my daddy's name. I don't care how you felt about him. So, so let's get back on here. Let's see here. So anyway, this is, if you can look it up yourself, she has bought the trademark of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. So she can get out there and start printing some t-shirts, some pins, some paperweights, some whatever she want to print with the Gospel Music Workshop symbol and sell it. It's all hers. Should have been hers years ago, but it's all hers. But let's continue.
And the reason I did that was because I feel like the organization is failing gospel music. when you look at what my father built and what we have going on today, it's really disheartening. And then there's lots of complaints coming out of the organization, lots of complaints from inside the organization, and it's just time for something to be done. So I purchased a trademark, and JCGME will be structured after GMWA. So with that being said, I need your help, because I don't want to do the chapter thing. I don't want to do that. I think the situation with GMWA is a titles thing. It's like everybody has a title. Everybody wants a title.
Now she's making some valid points. There is a new poll in the chat. Is the GMWA failing gospel music? Want your opinion. So click on that poll and give me your opinion.
And it's too much of that. So we're gonna eliminate some of the titles and we're just all gonna work together. How about that? Can we try that out? So I'm gonna need people that are experienced with scheduling, because we need to get choirs scheduled, singers scheduled, all of that's working with backstage. I've had a few people say they want to work with registration, so the registration is pretty much covered. We have a few people that are going to be dealing with the registration aspect of the experience. I would like to get a program together, a book. So if there's somebody that has experience with doing that, getting some ads and advertisements.
See, LaShone, this is my problem. This isn't how you organize a successful conference, by soliciting online. Her dad is freaking James Cleveland. There ought to be some people that she's already close to that she can call on to make a successful music conference. And I do believe this is probably why each year that she's wanted to start it, it has been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. You wonder if she'll have any pushback? I think she's already had pushback. That's why she's had to push the conference back a few times, because the conference was supposed to happen, I think it was supposed to happen like maybe right after the pandemic, and then that didn't happen. Then it was supposed to happen this year, and that didn't happen. So now I guess it's in August somewhere. Yeah. So, originally when her dad started GMWA, he had started it. Then he got, if you can see the people on here that I put on here, above his shoulder, that is Rodina Preston. That's in her real young days. That's old Rodina, Billy Preston's sister, the organist. Rodina Preston headed up the Los Angeles chapter, the Southern California chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. What's up, Jamel and Patricia? So Rodina Preston headed up the Los Angeles chapter. Right below him to the right is Lady Helen J. Stevens, who headed up Northern California chapter. And pretty much, Albertina's been around. She'd been around. And she's out of Chicago at the time. So what he did, he told them, you go over there and get LA, you get the Bay, we gonna start us a conference. So you have to have people who have the connections already to pull their people in to start this conference. Helen Stevens was already popping in the Bay Area musically. She was up there with the Hawkins. Her son is married to Lynette Hawkins Stevens. That's where Lynette Hawkins gets her name from. That's her husband's mother, Helen Stevens, out of the Bay Area. So, James recruited all these people back in the day to organize the Gospel Music Workshop of America. So he just didn't, do it willy-nilly. He didn't send the telegrams out and by horse and buggy, because they is kind of old back now. It ain't that old. But what do you guys say? Time for nothing. I mean, but you know what? What my thing is, do y'all really want to penalize LaShone Cleveland for whatever her daddy has done or may have not done or may have done? Do you really? Is it fair to penalize the daughter, to say you're not going to support her because of who her dad was? Now, still every Sunday morning, in every conference, they are still singing, Lord, help me to hold out. Or God has smiled on me. All these songs come out of James, out of the pen of James Cleveland. So we can continue to sing his songs, but we're not going to support his daughter in her endeavors to create a new GMWA or listen, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I'm just bringing it to the forefront. Jamison ain't did nothing to me. I don't go to GMWA faithfully like that, So, and I don't know the interworkings, what has gone on. Now, I've heard a few things, a lot of things, but they only allegedly. But I'm not going to, pontificate them on this evening. But, I mean, are they failing gospel music? Is GMWA doing what it was set out to do? I don't know. That's the question. That's the question today. So let's see what else she has to say. Uh-oh.
All of that together, that would be great. Just give me a call. Hit me up. So, I mean, there's a lot of things. If you go to the website, jcgme.org, you will find a volunteer form. On that volunteer form, there's basically a list of things that we're going to need to make things happen. So when you go to the website to register, hit the volunteer form, check it out, see if there's something that you would like to do, and somebody will get in contact with you at a later date to discuss, how we're going to handle, everything going on, because we don't have like a board meeting set up prior to August. So we may have to do some Zooms and all of that. So, with that being said, people, this is like really real for me. And this is also a call out to a lot of you gospel artists that were a part of GMW.
And there's another video. It cut her off because of that alert came through. But LaToya, here, I'll play the other video. But LaToya, you're right. I mean, we can talk about the salaciousness. We can talk about the gossip. We can talk about maybe some things that have been proven. But let me tell you, we can put a lot of a lot of gospel music artists, past and present, dirty laundry out, and should we even be singing their song? Should we, according to the morality clause that everybody likes to throw in there every now and then when it's convenient, you know? But he has birthed a lot of legends. So, and he has given a lot of money to people who didn't. I remember the time, you know, when the artists didn't have money, and he would give them money, or he would just put them on a stage where they can get money. But you know, I don't know. Let's see. You said Ed Smith and Norma Jean carried the torch after Cleveland. Yeah, and I think it was 91, so I think Sean was in her 20s when he died, something like that. So I don't think she was really deep into it. Let's see. Sounds like Rock says GMWA came out of the church, which is true, and church choir. We don't have many church choirs. That's true. These praise and worship team are selfish and trying to birth stars. They can't be in the star. Speaking of that, you put me, before we see her second video, San Jose Rock. I wonder who you are. I wonder are you from my old church in San Jose? Where are you from? Are you one of them? Hold on, before we go on, going on the lines of what DeAndre Patterson had a lot to say. Let's see what DeAndre Patterson has to say about choirs and praise and worship.
We don't get a chance to get choir music like that anymore. And the reason why we don't is because people think, here go workshop real quick, that praise and worship is supposed to replace the choir. And let me help all you praise and worship leaders real quick.
Talk about it.
Praise and worship don't replace the choir. Praise and worship is what we render to the Lord. Choir music is what we render to the people in the pew. And when you take the choir music out, who blesses the people? So we're supposed to bless the Lord, but the people in the audience are not supposed to be entertained. They're supposed to be encouraged by choir music.
That's good.
Can I keep on going?
Keep on going, man.
And then we still need our hymns in the church, because when you take our hymns out the church, you displace the older saints. And the older saints ain't going to praise and worship with y'all because we don't know what y'all saying. And then you want us to stand and hold our hands up for 15, 20 minutes for what?
Teach a lesson. You fussing now. Now you fussing.
For what? Stand on my feet to hold my hands up to do what? While you sing?
Yeah.
This ain't a solo for you. Teach me to praise and worship so I can enjoy it and worship with you.
What y'all think about that? Any truth to what he was saying? And it kind of goes back to what San Jose Rock said. You know, it came out of the Gospel Workshop of America, came out of church choirs, community choirs, but mainly church choirs. So if let's just hear that one more time. Then I want you to type your opinions into what he's saying in the chat for me. All right. And we can kind of just talk about that for a brief second before we move on to the second video from LaShone, Cleveland.
We don't get a chance to get choir music like that anymore. And the reason why we don't is because people think, here go workshop real quick, that praise and worship is supposed to replace the choir. And let me help all you praise and worship leaders real quick.
Talk about it.
Praise and worship don't replace the choir. Praise and worship is what we render to the Lord. Choir music is what we render to the people in the pew. And when you take the choir music out, who blesses the people? So we're supposed to bless the Lord, but the people in the audience are not supposed to be entertained. They're supposed to be encouraged by choir music.
That's good.
Can I keep on going?
Keep on going, man.
And then we still need our hymns in the church, because when you take our hymns out the church, you displace the older saints. And the older saints ain't going to praise and worship with y'all because we don't know what y'all saying. And then you want us to stand and hold our hands up for 15, 20 minutes for what?
Teach a lesson. You fussing now. Now you fussing.
For what? Stand on my feet to hold my hands up to do what? While you sing?
Yeah.
This ain't a solo for you. Teach me to praise and worship so I can enjoy it and worship with you.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm with though DeAndre Patterson. I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. He's out of Chicago. You know, he's out of the heart of gospel music. So taking it back to this whole Gospel Music Workshop of America, which birthed the choir, with highlighted choirs, which when you go to the musicals, the nightly musicals at GMWA, you're overwhelmed with choirs. I'm up at 2 and 3 in the morning listening to these choirs, half sleep, but loving every minute of it. You know, when you're a choir boy, when you're a choir girl, you know, that's what you want. That's what you go to GMWA for. Now, is GMWA still holding that banner up? As I heard someone said about quartets. Quartets is a thing too. Yeah, definitely. And I never really thought about that when DeAndre said that, how praise and worship, we do praise and worship to edify God, to worship and to praise God. And the choir music is more of an uplift to the audience, to the congregation, to the layman of the church. So, I went to the Light of the World church in San Jose when I was young. I was a kid though. Yeah. But I can see that, and I think that's the purpose. LaShone, that's what she's saying. You know, so I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if she can make it happen. You know, that was kind of an interesting move, buying that trademark of the GMWA. That was very interesting. Somebody dropped the ball on that. I don't understand how you don't have the trademark of the Gospel Music Workshop of America within the organization already. That's crazy to me. What happened to my other one? She had another one. What did I put it under? I don't recall what I put it under. Doggone it. Where is it at, LaShone? Where you be? Where did I put it? Did I put it under? Oh, I think I know where I put it. I know where I put it. So I see why didn't James? Yeah, well, you know, that's a good question too. Why didn't James own it? Did they really know it? Even though he died in the early 90s, 91, did they really know business-wise what they should be doing? You know, he was James Cleveland. He figured, you know, his name will get him what he want. He run all around the country singing, and people wanted to be on stages with him. So I don't think he even thought about that. Man, what happened to the other one? Doggone it. Oh, what did I do? Sorry, hold on, y'all. I did something. I don't know where I put the other one. Open file. Because she had two of them. Maybe, you know what I'll do? Forget it. I'll just go to her page. We're going to cut all that out. Let me go over here. That's what we'll do. LaShone. There we go. I think this is the one. Okay. Where is my sound? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I got it, y'all. Thori. Let's see. Share screen. There we go. Let's go.
So I sat down and I kind of made a list of people that I could think of off the top of my head that were a part of GMWA.
Now this
that I remember growing up that are still here. And the list that I came up with was. And I'm sure there's a lot more, but I'm older now, so my memory is not what it was 30 years ago. But however, my list is John P. Key, Kurt Franklin, Yolanda Adams, Kim Burrell, Kurt Carr, Donnie McClurkin, Commission, Twinkie Clark, the Williams Brothers, Ricky Dillard, Shirley Caesar, Keith Pringle, Vashawn Mitchell, Donald Lawrence, choirs that I remember: Gospel Soul Children of New Orleans, Pentecostal Community Choir, Keith Pringle's choir, all of my dad's choirs. There were mass choirs from almost every city. Then there were a lot of quartets. So there was a lot of participants.
Anybody gonna tell LaShone that most of them choirs she was naming off are kaputs? The Pentecostal Community Choir with Keith Pringle. Lord, can we find Keith Pringle? Somebody go to Texas and find Keith Pringle. Logging off his choir. Ooh, LaShone. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She don't know what she doing. She don't know what she doing, Lord. Help her, Lord. Is anybody gonna help her? She don't know what she doing. Inspire. Where you at? Where you at? What you asked me? What you asked me, Inspire? What a thing at? Excuse me. Anyway, my favorite. Come on. Everyone knows. If it's not a Hawkins, we can't even talk. Edwin Walter, my favorite. As of now, Donald. I love Donald. Everything Donald does is gold. Who else? I love Vincent because he's choir. He's choir. We're gonna talk about that more Wednesday with him. But those are, my tip tops of what I'm listening to now. I still listen to Love Alive 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've gotten connected with a lot of Edwin's older music that not really was mainstream, whatever. People really didn't know. We knew Oh Happy Day. We knew I Heard the Voice of Jesus, but there were some ones that, he penned that are excellent. So I'm still there. Let's take that out. Let's see. Who else came in here? All right. Come on, let's get these likes up, y'all. Y'all tripping. I ain't even asked you for nothing. I ain't asked you for super chats, super stickers. I ain't asked you for your hand in marriage. At least like it, all right? The whole Hawkins family is just Thomas Whitfield, he's the bomb too. We love Thomas Whitfield. But my thing was she's naming these choirs off, and it's like, I know what you remember, but if you're talking about getting help for the James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience Conference, you gotta connect with, the people who are movers and shakers of today. Let's finish this.
Participation, and we need to rebuild that participation. It's like now the only time that we see fellowship amongst one another is at a funeral or at the Stellar Awards. And now the Stellar Awards it's like the sanctioned events outside of the main event are almost more interesting than the main event, because
now LaShone talking right there. Stellar Awards. We know that the Stellar Awards, that's why it's just the Stellar Awards. It's not the Stellar Gospel Music Awards or the Stellar Awards Gospel Music version. It's just the Stellar Awards. And she's right. You go to the award show and the stuff that is sanctioned, like the some of the musicals and the events and some of the services that are happening outside of the awards, you're actually going to feel a little bit more connected than you do the regular Stellar Awards, because we know the Stellar Awards are more inspirational now. They're way more, what's up, darling? They're way more commercial, because they're having to please their sponsors now. When you have sponsors such as AT&T and Verizon and all these big name McDonald's, you have to please them with more or less inspirational music. So it really can't be called gospel music. It's inspirational music, because that's what's going to get the dollars in the seats, you know. And it went, I said it right, the dollars in the seats, because if those people are sitting in the seats, they're the ones that are going to support whatever the sponsor is throwing out down our throats. So it's not gospel anymore. Yeah, she woke up with good violence on her mind. She said, you know what? I'm going to buy the trademark of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. It was my daddy's anyway. But I've always said, I'm going to reiterate this. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what the issue is, but LaShone should have been on the board at the GMWA. I hear that they don't even get her a room. They don't fly her in. Now, Jamison and all of his friends get accommodations to the GMWA, whether you're on the board or not on the board. If you're a friend of Jamison's, you will get free rooms. You will get your rooms. You will get whatever you need to get to the GMWA. But the daughter of the founder doesn't get that type of treatment. And you know what? If I don't know, maybe she's a hassle to deal with. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Maybe she's a hassle to deal with. Maybe she's crazy. A lot of PK kids are crazy. A lot of artist kids are crazy. Look what she had to deal with. She had to deal with James Cleveland. All right, that was a daddy. So, but at least extend, LaShone, okay, we're going to be in New Orleans. I got a room for you for a week. I mean, it don't even have to be a suite. But shit, if the Jamison and the rest of them in the suite, why don't you give the princess, I call her the princess of gospel music. Yeah, Jamison is definitely going to take care of New York. New York will get, Kevin Bond will be there doing his exhortations at the musicals, and you know he ain't paid a dime. You know, all that is going to happen. You know, whoever else, they are going to get to the GMWA on GMWA dime. But you can't get LaShone a ticket, a plane ticket, give her a per diem to eat. That is her freaking daddy's organization. I know my daughter would hit the roof. My daughter would come in there swinging like, oh, we gonna shut all this down. This my daddy shit, you know. This is my daddy shit. Y'all get the hell out of here. And she like Jesus and start turning over tables. I know she would. And I would be so proud. So proud. Don't you say that. Don't you say that, daughter. Loose your Holy Ghost. Don't you don't you say it. Don't you say that. Put you on timeout. Where's the brother? What brother? What brother? It was just I think you're going somewhere. We're not going there tonight, Sean. We're not going there. I want my daddy's records. That's right. And that's what I expect. That's what I expect. Let me get some water. That's what I expect my daughter to do. I slip out of here on my real estate fortune, and I happen to slip out of here. She better go it well. She already trustee of my living trust, because I love my daughter. I want to make sure she all right if I happen to slip up out of here. I don't think I said, don't you kick your grandma out one of them houses. Don't kick out. That's all. Don't you kick your grandma out of that house. You leave her there until she comes meet me. But yeah, you know, I have to give it to him. But like somebody said, James was busy hobnobbing with Ray Charles and the Hollywood people. I mean, you talk about a gospel guy who all of a sudden hit fame and started being on national televised TV. And you know James loved a good party now. He loved a good party. So he was going to have a party, you know, the Andre and Billy Preston, they used to love them parties in Los Angeles, you know. So in between time, they go preach over there at Cornerstone or something, go run, you know, go sing somewhere, somebody's workshop and musical, but, you know, they loved a good party. So, all right, here we go. Let's see. Let's finish her up real quick.
Those are the people that you don't hear from. It's not your mainstream gospel artists that are at these other sanctioned pop-up shows or whatever it is they call them. So it's like you have that for a weekend. Outside of that, when are you guys getting together? And I think with my reorganizing this platform and with your participation, we can make gospel music like great again.
Caught her at mid smoker's call. Put a 1 in the chat if you would be, you know, willing to support LaShone Cleveland on her endeavors to kind of reorganize the Gospel Music Workshop of America under the new name that she has come up with, the James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience. Not saying that GMWA is closing down. What I'm saying, she's going to do a reorg. So can I get a 1 in the chat if you're willing to support, even by just saying, go ahead, Sean, go ahead. Or 2 in the chat if you say, girl, hang it up. I need some 1s and 2s. 1s, you're going to say, yay. 2, you're going to say, girl, hang it up. What you going to do? No, we ain't no praying about it. We ain't putting God in this. I need a 1 or a 2. We don't bother God with menial stuff. He got other bigger fish to fry. Latoya said, go ahead. Come on, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. I need a 1. Oh Lord. I need some 1s. Okay, since y'all ain't gonna put a 1. All right, let me teach y'all something. That's okay. All right. I can put a 1. I'm gonna put a 1 in the chat. Look at all them 1s. Ooh. LaShone, we behind you, baby. Get all them 1s. Yeah, Marsha. Thank you, Marsha. See, these some heathens. They don't want to support gospel music. All she want to do is reorganize. Oh, Lord. I need some more 1s. Ooh, she gave me her smoker's cough. Thank you. There you go, Dollar. Thank you. Oh, the Bridge Network said no. They said, no, girl, go ahead. Go ahead, child. Oh, TB4. Oh, come on, y'all. Oh, tragic. Oh, look at all these 1s up here. Oh, there's a 1. Oh, there's another 1. Oh, look at that 1. Oh, we got some more 1s. Marsh. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, we got another 1. Oh, we behind you, LaShone. Oh, yeah. We behind you. Oh, it's looking good for the James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience. It's looking good. Let's see if she finished coughing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's like we keep talking about bring back the choirs. Where did they go? Where are they? The platform is open for you guys to come out so we can know where you are. We can't bring the music back if we don't know where you are. How do we keep it? So please participate, you guys. It's not for me. It's for gospel. It's for gospel music. All right. It's for ministry. It's not for gospel entertainment. It's for gospel ministry. Let's bring that back. Ministry. All right. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I really do. And I love you all. And be kind to one another.
Y'all going to hell.
Support one another. love one another, check on one another. All right? I love you guys for real.
Listen, she over there in Las Vegas. You know, ain't nobody saved in Vegas. Nobody. Nobody's saved in Vegas. LaShone. What are we going to do, y'all? What are we going to do? You know, some people that have... What are we going to do with the GMWA? Do we have any GMWA chapter members in the chat? Make yourself known. Make yourself known if you're a chapter member of a GMWA chapter. I got no chapter members. Oh, Jesus. Y'all are not here. Listen here, let me tell you. Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what she should be, you know, feeding off of that. That's her dad. I would have fed off that a long time ago. I mean, maybe I would have let Jamison be over it, but I wouldn't have took my hands off of it. I would have had it in a place where, like, if she barely bought the trademark of GMWA in September or last month, no, she bought it in 2022. So September of 2022. So she's had the trademark for like a year. Then she should have did it years ago and just kept her name on GMWA and kept them in line. If she felt that the ministry aspect of GMWA was lacking, then she could have been on the board possibly to whip it back in shape. You know, in between cigarettes and alcohol, just tell them your opinion. And I'm sure somebody would have put down their cigarette and alcohol and listened. They would have listened. No. They would have come up out of them rooms at night and to the meeting and had a nice conversation. Sean, you was part of the Detroit chapter. All right. Studs for Christ. Yeah, I love that. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, Sean. Get down. Oh my God. Good luck to her, huh? You know, we've had some successful transfers of power. The most successful transfer to power that I have had the opportunity to be a part of is the Edwin Hawkins Music and Arts Global, headed by none other than the Right Reverend Maestro Donald Lawrence out of Chicago, Illinois. I know he wasn't born there, but he in Chicago, out of Chicago. He took that failing Edwin Hawkins workshop and resurrected that thing. Took us on over there to London earlier this year. Relaunched the conference. Anthony Brown was there. There go that girl, that LaShone Pace daughter was there, and Melanie Daniels, Vincent Bohannon was there. That lady who directed choir, I forget her name, but she was over there. She directed choir for the wedding, the prince, the king, who over there in London. She directed that black choir when they're up there singing, Lean on Me. What was that singing? Lean on Me? What's that song they were doing? It wasn't it Lean on Me. It was something else. What was a black choir singing at the wedding in London? And yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, that was a successful relaunch or pickup. I don't know, Shawnee. I don't know. Did y'all forget to like and share? Please don't forget to like and share. And if you like to support the St. James Show, it is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. There is no excuse. And also become a member of the St. James Show. So I don't know what to say, y'all. I just wanted to bring that to you. Wasn't gonna be on here that long. I just want to bring that to you and let you know that there's some shaking going on in the camp. Folks is buying up trademarks, and I don't know what she's gonna do with it. If she could do some things with that. When you own a trademark to something, you can do some things. She could be making all kind of money. I wonder, would somebody go call Jamison and ask him what he gonna do about it, or do he even care? He might not even care. They on their way to the board meeting in April or February. One of them, they may not even care. But I don't know. If it was my daddy's stuff, somebody better care. Right there on the screen is also my foodie channel. I need some of y'all to go over there and click on my foodie channel, St. James Eats. I'm gonna be cooking something pretty soon again. But I got some good shorts and stuff over there. When I go to eat, I like to make, some shorts and stuff like that. But I see mess too. I see a lot of mess now. It's gonna be a shit show, as they say. It's gonna be a lot of mess. That's for sure. But I don't know. Y'all want to see something else? Okay, we done hit on that. Let me show y'all something else. Our dear friend, right before we get out of here, our dear friend Regina Adams. She believes that she has the reason as to why the membership at City of Refuge is short. Hold on. I see a couple of cash apps coming in. God bless you. Who's that? Shauna and somebody named, is it Mikey? No, that's Mike Cole. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're a blessing. Money cometh to me now. Right now. So real quick, y'all, Regina says she know why the membership is down over there at City of Refuge. So she hit me up the other day. Y'all blessing her. Let's see what she got to say about the membership at City of Refuge.
Good afternoon, Facebook. This is Regina Adams coming at you with another busted but blessed Big Mama message.
Busted but blessed Big Mama message. Did you hear me what I say? She's coming at you with a busted but blessed Big Mama message.
So this morning I was thinking about apologizing. And my take on apologies are, if you feel like you were going to have to apologize later on down the road, then you shouldn't have done it to begin with. I don't believe that you intentionally do something and then apologize because you're under a lot of pressure from a bunch of people that don't know the whole story. So for me to go back and apologize, I'm not doing it, and nor will I accept any apologies, because
just for the record, I interviewed her, and you can go to my page and see the interview that we did the other day. She doubled down on the punch. She's the one who punched Loretta Jones over there at City of Refuge, Los Angeles. She's tripling down today on it.
people were intentional in their behavior towards me. So what's the point of apologizing? Because I'm making it to the end, because I've been through the worst that has been handed down, and I'm still going, and I'm still making it, and I'm still encouraging others to keep going. And you see that everything you tried to do to break me didn't work, and now you want to apologize because now, no, we're not doing that. We're not accepting apologies. We're not. I'm not giving apologies. We're not doing anything because the way I look at it is they always have more information than I did. And as I was coming into the information, I reacted on the information I was given. And then if I find out I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. Another thing I realized is that as I was thinking about, and I'm gonna say it's the City of Refuge, I was there when there were three services: 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 5:45 Hour Power 6. Services were packed to the point that there was a children's youth school down the way because all the kids had to go to school because all the kids and the adults couldn't fit in the sanctuary at the same time. And then when I've gone recently in the last year, what happened to the crowd? What happened to the thousands of people that would not voluntarily leave?
Girl, it was a pandemic. Everybody left. But ain't she consistent? I tell you. What is she? Let me tell you. She texted me something. She said she forgot the other day. Oh yeah, about the charges thing. Go see the video. Go see the other video. Denise Monroe. I interviewed her. She tell you what happened. She texted me the other day. She said she forgot something in the interview. What did she say? What did she say? She said she grew up as a naval brat. Then moved to Oxnard in 79. She lived there until her mother passed away in 85. Then moved to Florida, and she didn't go to church then. That's why she had never heard of Bishop Jones. She did not grow up in LA. She just wanted me to know that. Yeah. Yep. So I'm glad you guys have a clear understanding now. I told her I would tell y'all. So I told you.
And then it hit me. I wasn't the first person to hit her.
It hit her, y'all. She was not the first person who hit her.
Because the way people acted at I can't even think of the recovery center, is that, oh, okay, this is par for the course. We're going to hold her 8, 10, 12, whatever, 24 hours and let her go. I wasn't the first person to hit her.
So what she's saying is because when they took her to the 5150 spot, they're supposed to hold you for 48 to 72 hours. They only held her for like she says 8, 16 hours. And she right. They didn't hold her that long. So that's why she's saying, oh, that's what happened. They let me out because I wasn't the first person who punched Loretta. She's been punched multiple times because she's a mean lady. So she's having this epiphany.
Nor will I be the last person. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the last person. I'm pretty sure we all have court dates. But why is there no public record of it? Because then you'd have to hold the entire church of the thousands of people that went to the facility after punching her because she was harassing them too. That's the only reason people would leave the sanctuary. It's because they punched her. If you haven't been in the sanctuary lately, you were there back in 03, 04, you would see the huge difference in the amount of people that go. And now I understand why people stopped going. Me too. Because you don't want to be in that atmosphere that's going to require you to act a way that you know you weren't raised to act.
Ain't nothing
And not only
hidden.
that, we were raised in the church. She wasn't. We know how to act. So the fact that we had to act out of how we know how to act to deal with that mess says a whole lot. So the third thing I wanted to speak on is to be great in who you are, you don't have to put down anybody else. Your message will be from God, and it will stand on its own.
They better pack up every Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Saint Laurent, Gucci, Louboutin, everything that Loretta got in her closet. They better pack it up and get Loretta the hell out of Los Angeles. This woman is convincing. Now, we smart. We know what's going on. But the average Joe who don't know who she is, woo, she won't leave that Loretta alone. They better get Loretta the hell out of here.
You don't have to compare yourself to anyone else's outfit, dress, hair, whatever. There is no comparison in the kingdom of God, because when you understand that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, He knows every strand of hair on your head.
Hallelujah.
He made you unique. So if He made you unique, why are we comparing ourselves to other people to make ourselves feel better?
Yes, yes.
Because if you compare yourself to somebody in a bad situation, you have to be careful, because you never know when the bad situation's going to come back and be your situation.
Come on now.
That's why you pray for people that are in bad situations, because you want to make sure that you are not judging them, so that way you won't end up in the same situation for them to judge you.
Are you seeing the glow on her, LaFrance? Every time it's a different glow. It's a different anointing. What are you seeing?
Facts. And so those things, it just hit me this morning like a ton of bricks, that what would make us leave the sanctuary? The fact, the love that we have for Bishop Jones and the Word of God and the...
Y'all catch that? Y'all catching it? Y'all catching what she putting down? The love for Bishop Jones. Y'all catching what she putting down? Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Something came through. We have to rejoice.
Money coming to me now.
God bless y'all in your ministry.
The camaraderie with each other, and again, even if we didn't like each other, we still spoke it, just kept going. It was just a mutual respect. What would make us leave? Loretta. And I wonder how many people punched her before me.
Loretta, get the hell out of Malibu, Beverly Hills, wherever you be. Get out.
And that won't speak on it, or too afraid to speak on it. So, and that is the proof. The proof that other people have hit her before me is by the size of the sanctuary. That's the proof. So, I want to hop up here real quick. I'm getting ready to go back to work. I just stopped and charged my phone because it wasn't charging. So, and then some adjustments are coming through, prayerfully, and all of that hacking will be for naught, and I'll be able to get my righteous pay. So
she's speaking of the hacking of her phone and of her accounts that Loretta was doing, according to her. That's what the hacking she's talking about.
I'm waiting to see what that's going to look like. But in the meantime, I'll keep working until it gets done. But y'all just keep praying for me and my daughter. We are going to make it through this. And
for the record, and let the record reflect, I'm pretty much 100% guaranteed that the daughter's nowhere to be found around her. She has a daughter, but I don't believe the daughter is in the hotel with her. That's just my personal opinion. Well, we never, even though she says her daughter doesn't like her to go live, but that may be true. But I don't think the daughter, I think the daughter is 23 or something like that, in her early 20s. A person, somebody in their early 20s about right now, they're way more self-sufficient. So they're going to take care of themselves. They're going to find a job. They're going to find housing. That's my daughter's 23, and I'm not worried about my daughter. I mean, she's still gouging my bank accounts, but scamming me out of money. That's why I know she'll be all right, because she keeps scamming me out of money.
If you've been through hard times, just keep living. Just keep going. Just stay focused on your path so that way in the end you will still reign with him and you won't have to worry about bowing down to somebody that was in a temporary position for a temporary time. Y'all have a great day.
Scary. Like someone said, it's scary. It's so convincing. If you didn't know her and what was going on, you would sit there and listen to her and probably I don't know, y'all. I have no idea, but that is scary. That is scary. If anybody wants to come up before I get up out of here, if you want to talk about LaShone wanting to reorg the GMWA, she done bought the trademark from GMWA, and now she's talking about she want to do the gospel music experience. Let me show y'all the website real quick if y'all want to go over there to the gospel music experience. Let me get her. Oh, bye, Regina. Let me get you out of here. Let me remove you before I start feeling a certain way. My left cheek start itching or something weird. Let's see. All right. This is the James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience page. She was saying if you would like to help, this is the page. This is registration. Got some videos for you of James' mission. We will continue in keeping my father's original vision by providing a platform for new and upcoming gospel music enthusiasts, in addition to educating while paying homage to other gospel music legends that have paved the way but are no longer with us, gone but not forgotten. We will pay tribute to our living legends and present scholarships to Christian students majoring in music. We are bridging the gap in gospel music. Come on, one in the chat. Come on, one in the chat. If you believe in the vision, you're gonna support LaShone. We want her to see this. Put ones in the chat. Put one in the chat, y'all. Come on, yeah, put ones in the chat. Come on, y'all can do it. Oh, there we got some ones. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. We got some more ones. That's what I need to see. Thank you, y'all. Y'all gonna support the vision. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's scroll down. But she had some others I want to show y'all. Okay, by registration. I don't know what that is. They need to fix that because that's off. Oh, that's the contact. How much is registration? There's your volunteer form. She said if y'all want to volunteer, y'all just come to that, hit registration. There's your volunteer form, all right? We know a lot of y'all going to click on there because it's going to be in Orlando, Florida. Orlando, Florida. I think in maybe August or something of next year. How much is registration? Let's see how much this is. How much is registration? Oh, it gets you out the page. How much is it? Oh, $75. Oh, y'all got $75. Y'all got $75. Y'all can register. Only $75. Youth is $25. Y'all go ahead. Yeah. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me, $75. Y'all got that. That's no problem. That's no problem, y'all, at all. Y'all rich. Yeah, so August 6th through the 9th, 2024 at the Doubletree Ooh, that's a problem right there. The double tree. Mhm. Um, yeah. So choirs, youth, 75, 25. Okay, all right, all right. Well, if y'all wanna, if y'all wanna support, that would be great. But I don't think the GMWA going nowhere. Is it Valerie? Is it Valerie? Hey, what's up, Valerie? Oh Lord Jesus, Lord bless LaShone. Oh, wait, come on, you want to come and talk about Cornerstone? Did you know LaShone, Valerie, in Cornerstone at all? Ooh, that cough is rubbing off on me, LaShone, since she was coughing. Did you know LaShone, Val, at all? I know you'll help out. You go over there. You're going to head the mental health division of the James Cleveland Gospel Music experience. You went to school with her. Oh, you got any insight? We want to just see if we can, be able to work with her. Could you just come up and give us some insight on, maybe personality or something? Um, there's the link right there. Can y'all see the link? Y'all see the link? Y'all see the hot link? We want to just make sure that we can work with her, Val. Oh, there you are. There you are. God bless you, Val. Let me let me hide that off. Lord, praise the Lord.
It's about the ones.
Would nobody put no ones in the chat?
It's about the motivational ones that you to get people started and get.
I was trying to motivate everybody. Come on, y'all, get on this bandwagon. Come on. We need you. God. We need your help. We need your help.
Everybody. Hey, it's about y'all going. Y'all going. That got me together. I went to high school with LaShone.
Okay.
I went to high school with LaShone, and of course, I sang with her daddy for many years.
At Cornerstone, or did you do any of his other choirs, like Southern California?
I was not a part of Southern California Institutional. I was a part of the Voices.
Okay, gotcha.
Myself, Mickey Howard, Elaine Gibbs.
Oh, wow.
Some of those people. Mickey used to be singing behind me in the alto section. Now, yes, honey, yes. I'm going down there to the DoubleTree in Orlando.
You going down there? Me too. Meet me there. I'm going to be there. I told LaShone I was going to come and help out.
Going down there. Now, what I need you to do is take some extra quarters for the dryer, because in Florida, you're going to have to take all your fresh linen off and put that in the dryer. Put that in the dryer, and then put it back on, and then go on outside. And then wherever you get to, go to the dryer there and go and take your clothes off and put them in the dryer. Last time I was in Orlando, I walked from my hotel down the street to the host hotel, and I thought I had jumped in the pool.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
That humidity had me suck. But I agree with her. You all are not investing in gospel.
They're not. They're not investing in gospel. Let me tell you, I'm just going to be honest with you. They get together every year to see each other, to sleep with each other, to just have fun and have a little vacation. And every now and then they go down there and hear somebody sing.
Now, you would wait till I come on here to play that. Okay.
But so, I mean,
I have no words about the sex that happens.
I mean, that happens everywhere, every convention, unfortunately.
You know what, though? But yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah. It does. But she has, I don't know what her point is for this, but I do think we're starting to back up from gospel.
Yeah.
We don't have where are the choirs? I have to hunt on Spotify to find choir music. Matter of fact, if you got anybody send me something, because I would like a good old nasty choir. And everybody wants to duplicate Kirk's sound and
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to be interviewing Vincent Bohannon out of New York this Wednesday. Now, he just had a release that it just released today or late last night, live in Dallas. That's some good church music right there. That's good church music.
well, that's good.
Since you were looking for choirs.
That's good. That's good. That's good. It's hard to watch it now. It's hard to
Yeah.
it's real hard to watch church now. The children fighting to get to the front
Yeah.
so they can
Yeah.
shout in the front and do the little trotting. And I saw one video with a child shouting, and he had a suit on, a green suit with a mini cape. With a mini cape. I said, the children have decided, damn Broadway, I'm going to service.
I'm going to church.
I'm not going to audition for no more plays.
No.
I'm going to church.
I'm going right to church, and I'm going to show them what I'm made of. Yeah.
So now, Stranger, what is LaShon's point of this? She's taking over the gospel music workshop.
She's not taking over the gospel music workshop. She just bought the trademark for the Gospel Music Workshop of America. So I guess no one owned the trademark all these years, and she just bought it. But she's not railroading the GMWA. She's just trying to create her own GMWA under another name, the James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience. Because she says the ministry is out. They failed. GMWA has failed gospel music. That's her thoughts.
Do you agree with that?
I wrangled with that.
Failed is a strong word.
It failed is a strong word. I think that's
feedback.
Let's
I think that back a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I think that failed has me kind of up in the air. I don't believe they failed gospel music. I think they have gotten possibly off track. But even in a horrible play, it's something you're going to like something in the play. Something's going to make you go ahead.
As I really think about it, though, a lot of those people died off.
Yeah.
A lot of those people got old.
Yeah.
A lot of those people got fatigued.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't follow it closely. But I wonder if there were ever any early investments in like trying to reach into not just youth programs, but keeping it going. Because a lot of those, and you don't have to go to a conference for sex anymore.
You really don't. Yeah. Why let that be your one annual sexcapade or orgy? You ain't gotta go there one time a year. Do it at your house.
You don't have to do that anymore.
No.
You don't have to do that anymore. And something that I hope she remembers is the generation that remembers and appreciates who James Cleveland is, they gone.
They're gone. She was naming off of the people that she's talking about. She remembered, and she's naming the Pentecostal Community Choir, Keith Pringle.
I sang Keith Pringle for many years.
Right. But where are some of your counterparts that sang next to you? Where they at? Inglewood Cemetery?
Well, they gone, baby. Maybe they gone. Are they coming down there? They tried. No fact.
They coming in on a walker.
Okay, I didn't do that. Okay, did y'all make note of that? I didn't do it. St. James did. Okay, so now
she's naming off these people, and I'm like, see, this is the problem. What you're going to run up against? You're stuck in the 90s, baby. We are in 2024, 2023. You want to have it in 2024. You need to be connecting with we don't have a lot of choir, but there are choir. Get with Dexter Walker in Chicago. He has his own community choir, and he's the choir director of a fellowship in Chicago now. So you can't get with major one. Get with Ricky Dillard. I mean, I don't know what her relationships are with these people, but her being the princess of gospel music, I gave her that title, LaShone.
She is that.
She is that. She is the princess of gospel music. And
however, no, baby, whatever you do, LaShone, don't go around there to Ricky's. Okay,
Don't go to Ricky.
Don't come from around there, because she needs, now what she does, I agree. She needs a modern day face of the
Yes.
James Cleveland Gospel Music Academy.
Yes.
She needs
Yes.
a modern face in gospel that
Yeah.
is powerful, that people can relate to. They got
Yes.
that stuff and that it factor, right? Unless if she come on and put on some spunk and a couple of coats of lip gloss
And show us something. Yeah.
She herself could be the face, but what she does not need are people that are too invested in their own ego images.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now Ricky would turn it into something.
Yeah.
Right. There's a reason why Greater Bethany is not called Greater Bethany no more.
You got that right. You got that right.
So
Yeah.
come away from them ego spots, honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I think she's got a point that she could really invest in gospel music education.
There you
with
go.
not just Christian students,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some students who are raised Buddhist.
Yeah.
For example, if you go over to Asia, they tears up gospel.
Yeah.
Over in Korea, Japan, China, they wear gospel, and
that's why Donald Lawrence took over Edwin Hawkins' Music and Arts, and now it's Music and Art Global, as I mentioned earlier. But that's why we took it to London. Before the pandemic, we were going to Copenhagen,
right,
Denmark, because he was going to relaunch it there because they appreciate gospel music. Doing it here is spinning an old wheel that's oil that is not even going to help it.
They really do. Now, I think another piece of this is that, you know, it's okay to name your father an iconic legend, and let that be that.
Yeah, yeah.
And let that be that, right? We all have to accept our own relevance,
right,
and fall from relevance, right? I have to accept mine too. I've been in here taking care of my mother so long. I said to my friend, am I still relevant in community? Right. Well, my community showed me a thing or two.
Oh, yeah.
Say this for those of you who have been supporting me during this time of transition. I thought I'd be walking through this by myself. Y'all
never alone.
Y'all showed me a thing or two. So, LaShone, I think what I don't know. A whole conference? Are folks doing music conferences anymore?
That's what I'm saying. And let me tell you, I'm just telling you what Donald Lawrence said. All that Donald he ain't doing no more chapters. So she got that right. We don't need a whole bunch of chapters. He don't want no chapter leader. He wants to come together, get choirs together and just sing. He wants to have the conference just be whoever registered from your choir just coming and singing as a big choir. It's not about having all these workshop, classes and the business of gospel music and songwriting. All that stuff is tired and old.
Well, I think we should really understand and give straight people some access to why those things exist. Those things, all those seminars and workshops and stuff, those things give you a place to be by daytime while the gay kids at the hotel.
Right. Because they're not in them classes.
They're not in them class. And the other thing is, you've got to get the less attractive girls that couldn't pull no pieces.
Yeah.
Or the girls that didn't quite have enough money to buy trade while at the conference. You got to give them. That's why when you go to Black Gay Pride, they have them little conferences by day. You got to give the girls that couldn't pull no pieces and that didn't bring enough money to buy trade. You got to give them something to do. And that is the truth.
That's the truth. Yeah. And just what they call them, the supporters of, what they call them, not the supporters, right. The allies of the movement,
So are people still going to and some of those stuff that they're teaching, you might can find that on YouTube. And if you can't find it on YouTube, do you think you can find it on YouTube?
Right. Yeah. And it's like I said, I think they're kind of irrelevant. And I don't think it's really, I think it's a smoke screen just to get together and say, because when you're getting sponsors, you have to show that you did an educational piece.
You do have to demonstrate relevance. You do. You have to demonstrate value. I also think that she wants to see her father in his iconic
Yeah.
self. And
Yeah.
I honor that, that
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't want your father. James Cleveland
Hmm.
was one of the architects of gospel music.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was one of the people who helped to merge it from blues to gospel, to true
He
gospel.
played. He played for what's his name? The father of gospel music.
He played
What?
for Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on top of that,
Murphy. Yeah.
he really, like Albertina and Dorothy Norwood and all those folks, he really not only played for them, he kind of ushered them in. So James Cleveland's place in gospel as the art form is concerned is set, right? It's just set. Now, if we can use his name and likeness to teach some gospel, first of all, do
Right.
the children want to know gospel?
I don't know if they want to know. That's why I'm a little concerned about her launching this, because I don't know that people really want to learn that. I don't know. Even though when we go out of the country, they are enamored with gospel
They're
music.
hungry. They're hungry.
Yes, so
They
they
love
want to
gospel.
learn it. Yeah, yeah.
But I think a lot of American audiences and young people who can sing have gotten bitten by what I call the Kimberell syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Precious Lord don't need no help.
No,
All you
no.
have to do is open your mouth and sing the lyric, and you'll get there where you need to go. But these children have become convinced that if they don't know how to do multiple complex runs,
Right, right. Then it's not singing, and it's not.
and furthermore,
Yeah.
if they can do those runs, then they're good. Then that's called entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Gospel is part entertainment, showmanship, show enough vocal ability, body movement, the
Yeah.
whole. Right now, if you're gonna teach that, cool. But who
Yeah.
wants to learn all that? How y'all doing on a Friday?
Let's speak to this. Everybody, I had to shut somebody down earlier because I'm really not on here to talk about James Cleveland and what he was accused of and what he did and what he may not have done and what he did do. But so like I said, I've always heard GMW was tainted because James Cleveland had a problem, and that spirit has reigned over the organization ever since. Is that true, or is that hidden combo? Listen here. It's none of that is never a hidden combo. I mean, it's reality, but it ain't got nothing to do with just the GMWA. The spirit reigns over.
However, but to your point, I do think the whole entire conversation has been slightly tainted with the urban myth and folklore
Right.
of it all, right? Of it all. However, there are other people that we revere, honor, and cherish, both Black celebrity and white celebrity acting, music, who had very, shall we say, tenuous reputations, right? So we can't just paint James as having a seedy reputation that affected everything. James Cleveland did not have a seedy reputation. The time in history for who he was and how he was premature. Was premature. Okay. Today, so let's just call it out. Let's drag it on the runway, right?
You
Today,
talking?
we are still struggling with gospel singers who want to come out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Donnie has all but begged y'all, please let me at least try to come. I'm still yet praying for Donnie. I'm so concerned.
I left the door open. I bent over. I did.
Oh my God. Donnie is telling y'all, please stop trying. I can't be with no one. I don't know what to do with her. She looked nice. I don't know what Donnie is trying to. He's doing his own therapy by way of radio show.
And he's really been honest with it, though. What he's saying, it's like people are listening to it, but you're saying, oh, God. No, listen to what he's saying. He's crying
He's talking
out.
in code.
Yeah.
He's talking in code even to himself.
Yeah.
But he is talking. Now, so we're still, so we've got to back up off of James Cleveland and the quote speedy reputation.
I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that.
Context on and really illuminate that we have gospel sing. We have a boy that has all but posed naked somewhere child. And
Booked.
he is still
Booked. He's still booked.
He's still booked and busy. But nobody's talking about these things. And even further, let's take sexual orientation out of it. We have a singer right now who is openly singing while struggling with alcoholism.
Right.
This person is having exorcisms and prayer line at every gig, and everybody knows what it's about. So we still have challenges telling the truth. I know you weren't being negative.
We got you, Ben. No, you're good. You're good.
No, I wasn't indicting you. I'm just broadening it up a little bit, right? Black folks got a problem being honest and telling the truth.
Yeah.
We got a problem. Even Yama said it, who's one of my goddesses, right? We have trouble calling a thing a thing, right? We have trouble calling a parakeet a parakeet. We call it something else, right? And so we're still struggling with that. So we can't expect for James, who had an orientation,
right,
to not exercise that orientation, right?
Yeah.
And so then, and stuff gets seedy because sex is good when it's when it's serious, child. That's good, right? So, but what would happen if we lived in an environment where James Cleveland could talk about at the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burdens of my gay heart rolled away. What would happen if we had that lyric?
Right.
So we've got to
my gay heart rolled away.
my gay heart, because I have a certain kind of heart. And when we talk about my heart, we're talking about the issues that are impacting.
The issues of and we sing songs like "Flowing from my heart" are the issues of my heart. Are we really?
Are we really there?
Oh, yeah.
Are we really there? Are we really there? Can I still stand up in testimony service and say, me and my lover are having challenges and I love him very much, but he's struggling with addiction. Y'all pray with me. Now I got to go hit this choir stand. We're not there.
No. But you know what? The other part of that is, excuse me.
And we need to get there. We need to get there.
Yeah, but the other part of that is we have gospel artists who are in the same pretty much predicament as James was, still there now, but won't come and support LaShone because of who James was. It's really very hypocritical to me.
I call it a preemptive strike.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I can't get too close to you for fear that I will be seen.
Yeah.
I can't coalesce too deep with you because I may be seen. And truth be told, I'm one wiggle away.
One wiggle.
I'm one wiggle away from being seen. Right?
Yeah.
I'm one travel companion away.
Yeah.
From being so, and be mindful, the hidden closeted gay professional machine is very fragile.
Yeah.
It's not as solid as we think. Well, the old school machine is fragile. You had to have travel companions and
yes.
Child.
My thing is, what would it look like if she got someone like a Darrell Walls to be like the face of the new James Cleveland gospel music experience?
I would tell her to come from around there because her father's reputation as an artist was stellar.
So I'm trying to give us some help here, Val.
No, I know Sean has a good heart. I'm trying to help you, Sean. We don't want nobody that has gained 50% of his come up from come up. Right. Right. James Cleveland. And we sure don't want you if you're gonna get on TikTok and sing a gospel song, a classic gospel, and completely destroy the words. And by the way, Daryl, if you're listening to the St. James show and they say you watch the show,
that's what they say.
The song is called Further Along.
not father.
Meaning up the road, right? In
On
the
up
future.
yonder, down the road, we gonna
Not
figure it out.
father alone. It's not
Yeah.
talking about a father standing in the middle of the street.
Mm-mm.
Bless
Your
him.
father ain't alone in the street. No. Mm-mm.
No, it's not. No. Now, I'd love to see. Now, if you're talking about like music education, Richard Smallwood.
Well, Richard's not really well these days. He wouldn't be able to take on anything like that. And like Kurt Carr's not well. These folks are slipping away here.
Wait a minute now. Why ain't Kurt Carr ain't well?
He's not well. He's not well. Mm-mm.
Did y'all know that? Y'all heard it here first now. Did y'all hear that? I didn't know that.
No, he's not well.
We're going to get up off of that while Kurt Carr ain't well.
But, I mean, wouldn't it be great? But, Kurt Carr, who was James Cleveland musician for eons upon eon, and which is very close friends with LaShone. LaShone goes to his house in Texas for Thanksgiving every year.
Well, now,
she's really close to Kurt.
I almost said something so messy.
But I mean, you would think that would be
is the princess of gospel. She can walk into any place.
Yeah, if I was her, I would say, honey, where is the smoking section? You got my chair there. You sit me right down.
I think she does do a little bit of that, though.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I think she does.
But and that's why I said maybe when you were talking about another face, maybe a younger face, but it's just the pickings are slim. The pickings are slim around here.
You know who I think would be a great spokesperson for this, though? Her.
HER?
No. LaShone herself.
Well, I mean, it can happen. It really can happen.
A nice little media package, which she may have access to, and whiten the teeth and do all the things that the young people do now.
Yeah.
And present it as my father was a leading, right? She could. I think it could be really, really.
I met her at Love Center some years back. I first ever met her and took a picture with her. And I was just so enamored with her. That was the first time I had seen her. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, we got James Cleveland's daughter here. And I was like, I was upset that I only knew her at that time. I was like, she should have been known and moving and shaking in the gospel music industry for years.
Well, I think this goes back to what our brother was talking about, that reputation piece.
Yeah.
That needed, first of all, if we're talking about the reputation, it wasn't just of a sexual nature. When James Cleveland died, his church split into 3 factions.
Yeah.
And it was open and bitter and radio interview and newspaper article. Remember that newspaper article that the boy did?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about, and if you have not read that LA Times article, let me just tell you this. The boy did not lie. Don't tell nobody to touch that.
Yeah, he told a lot of truth now. He told some truth. Yeah.
But I think she would be a great spokesperson for that. I really do. And I think if you just doing a concert, come ye, come y'all, for gospel music. Now, LaShone, that ain't gonna work too well. But if she worked with schools and universities and stuff like that, and then had public performances, Lord, I'm directing her organization. I have my own nonprofit.
But she need people like that who are on the outside kind of looking in, who haven't been so indwelt in GMWA or the Edwin Hawkins Music and Arts Seminar. She needs some people who have some know-how in that kind of stuff, but also some organizational, because getting online and asking people to do registration and ask people to do other things like that, that means it's kind of tainted from the beginning.
Well, you gotta give the kids some motivation for doing all that,
Yeah.
the kids will come to your gospel music workshop
They will.
if
Yeah.
they know that there's going to be fun and frolic at the hotel.
So you need some fun and frolic faces on them.
You need to at least or fashion show, Ebony Jet Showcase.
Yeah,
fashion
yeah,
show,
yeah.
Or because baby, remember UNAC?
Yeah, I remember UNAC, yeah, from
The
Koji.
children
Yeah,
used to drive
yeah,
buses.
yeah.
Uh,
They come that deep.
they would come through their deep, honey, and that's where I met Mattie Moss Clark.
Yeah, yeah, they were
Did you
UNAC.
ever get to meet Mattie Moss Clark?
I did. I met Mattie Moss Clark at Prayer Garden in San Jose a couple times. She used to do a workshop and she used to bring Twinkie. I was a little tot. I was probably only about 12, 13 years old. And I used to sit there in awe. And the first time she threw a shoe at Twinkie for hitting that wrong note, I thought I was just so shocked. I didn't know this was part of the stick, you know?
What I wanted to know was, who is this woman walking around with all these grapes in her hand? Okay, who is she? And Mattie could hear a soprano 15 aisles up in that choir stand.
Yeah.
She reminded me of like when I sang with James and Stan Lee directed. Stan Lee could say, one of you altos need some prayer work. Let's see who it is.
Which one are you? Come up out of there.
You have them stand up and would isolate it down to the two girls and say, now which y'all gonna fight it out? Who gonna own up?
Mm-hmm.
My foot was getting on my nerves tonight. Yes. it was that. UNAC was a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's like we want to go back there, but we know we're not going to go back there. Maybe we can do about 40% or something or like that, but it's never going to be what we used to have.
But you know what, baby? Here's the piece though. Y'all should go with it, right? Y'all should go with it. I would have UNAC sponsored by Gilead Pharmaceuticals.
Well,
Maybe I would have HIV testing and prep availability up in there, and I would have other little stuff sprinkled in like Hep C and high blood pressure just to keep the kids in the closet where they're coming.
Right. Yeah. Y'all come get your blood pressure taken.
Oh Lord, I'm running another organization. I have my own organization.
But you right. Come on up here and come to the van and get your blood pressure taken. Anyway,
maybe, right. And I would have highest key soprano contest.
Right.
I would make it fun.
And let the boys line up, huh?
I would have shouting contests. You know, all that you have to make.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be something different. That's what I'm saying. She's wanting to bring it back to ministry, but when we say ministry, I think we're getting it a little off in our heads. We're getting a little too preachy. And ministry is creative ways of getting people back to Christ. And if it takes a shouting competition, or we're going to have a blood drive at the concert, or we're going to, if it takes those different types of things, that's the type of ministry you need to think about, not just singing gospel music.
That would require that Black people actually acknowledge that diseases exist.
Oh, yeah, because we're all still dying of just cancer, huh?
But, let's speak to the nature of the conference itself. Gospel Music Workshop of America started slightly after the time where there were several conferences that taught people this new thing called gospel music. If you watch the documentary Say Amen Somebody,
that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
You'll find that who was it? Dorsey's assistant. She started her own conference as well. So there were a couple of those. But people know gospel now.
Yeah. Everybody does. All nationalities, all ethnicities. They know gospel.
Yeah. Now, if this is an opportunity for gospel musicians to come and fellowship, that would be. I like the idea of having a something in the name of James. Period.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's interesting. Having a musician's the deal. Is highlighted for. That's interesting.
That's what it was supposed to be. That's what gospel Music Workshop of America was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a place where choir people and soloists. Mommy, here come the food. Mommy, go get the food. Go get the food, Mommy. Yeah, go get the food.
I want y'all to make sure that you are clicking like as you're listening to this wonderful commentary. And if you get a commercial or two, let it play. Don't skip. You can go back and do
Oh,
the
for
read.
real. Let it play. Don't skip. Okay. That's talking to me because I skip.
Don't
Yeah.
skip.
Now,
Yeah.
my conference would be hot. My
Yeah.
gospel conference would be sick.
But you would probably have a drag show and everything, huh?
I don't know whatever.
That would be interesting.
I don't know what got you on the page of drag. I don't know anything about those people. However, but
Those heathens.
that thing would be fun.
Yeah.
That thing would be fun. That thing would be fun. And then I'd have the Tempted to Touch kids come.
No, Lord, what is that?
Now you see how he gonna talk about drag on me, but then when we get to Tempted to Touch, well, oh God, what's that? As if.
The touch. I
Y'all
never
pray
heard of
Y'all pray for Oh my God, what is that? I'd have the gay sex party kids come
that. Oh, okay. Well,
and put that great song. No, I
well,
wouldn't do
unfortunately,
that.
you don't have to invite them. They will be there.
I wouldn't invite them, but they tend to show up on their own.
Yeah, they tend to come around. Yeah.
But I wonder if we were really honest, is there a way to honor our sexuality and our love of singing? Can we do that? I think we can do. And what I also think, what I really, really think, if we're talking about a failure, you forgot to teach the gay kids how to have a sexual ethic. Y'all so busy telling them not to be gay. You didn't teach them how to be holy and gay.
Yeah.
You need to teach the people. I'm going on a different subject, but you need to teach the people how to have a sexual ethic. If you stop barking at them about don't have sex, then you get to teach them how to have sex.
Well, they tried that. They had that book over there at the Kojics, and that book that Earl Carter brought to light that taught them how to have anal sex and said if you're gonna have anal sex, make sure you wear a rubber or a condom. It was all in this book of the Church of God in Christ.
What now?
Yeah, they have the book, and they took it off. They took it off when Earl Carter brought it to light. It was a book that said it was talking about sexual health and other sexual things. It was a Church of God in Christ handbook, and it spoke out if you're going to have anal sex, then you need to use a condom. It was in this book of the Church of God in Christ. Yeah.
Well, let's update that. Let's update that because there is huge controversy about barrier protection still, right?
Yeah.
We can have these conversations, y'all, and still be in God.
Yeah.
We can have these conversations and still, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I ask the Lord, I think I need me a little something, Lord. Right? Now I'm a single girl, but I need you to pass something.
Yeah, because we're not wired to not have sex or have releases. That's not, and if you think you're going to be in a church and all of a sudden, I looked at my hands and they look new. I looked at my feet, they did too. I looked at my penis and it fell off. I didn't have to use. No, it don't happen like that. Everything it's still the same way. Everything is just enhanced.
Well, not only are we not wired to not have sex, I'm going to go there. We are wired to have it.
Right.
We're wired to have it and to enjoy it. And then somebody came along and told people, especially women, that the purpose of your sexuality was function, that you produce things, that you
right. That was the only deal.
A barbecue pit. You were like you had to produce some stuff, that your sexuality wasn't for pleasure. It was so that you could crank out young'uns to help you with this crop.
Just old cum dump. That's all. Just,
See, and notice, see how this language comes out. St. James. Right.
But when you think about it, they put that towards the gay section of the world. But I mean, when you start talking about that, yeah, women, that's what you were there for. Just take it. Take our stuff. Take our,
You are there to, I'm a therapist. And I'm doing a lot of couples. I ask women all the time, when you all having sex, are you enjoying it as well? And I get, Mary had a lamb, the dog had a biscuit, the screwdriver belonged to my cousin. Okay,
they don't even speak to it. They don't speak to it.
It's as if I just asked them something in like a French Portuguese.
What's up, Wilson? Wilson, you over there fighting. I seen y'all came back from y'all church picnic, the fun fellowship and food.
Hold me,
we'll
doctor.
Talk about that.
I'm going back with my doctor. Y'all pray for me with the doctor. But yeah, now can I switch something right fast?
Go
ahead. Before I go.
Mm-hmm.
You know my passion, right? My passion is Loretta. I believe Loretta.
Yeah.
I'm so concerned for you, Loretta. I'm so concerned. Loretta, listen. This was not just, they say you watched the show, Loretta.
That's what they say in between her facials and her massages.
Keith Pringle was brilliant.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Wilson loves Keith Pringle. He always brings up.
I sang with him for years, Wilson, a First Soprano section. And guess what made Keith Pringle also brilliant? Was a little guy named Ricky Grundy.
I loved Ricky Grundy. He's wearing blouses. But he could play.
All the kids wore blouses. Stop. See?
So funny. My first lady in San Jose, the first time we were over at her house, that's what got introduced to the choir VHS music. They were watching the Pentecostals, Keith Pringle on the Pentecostal choir of, whatever. Wow. And she said, "Oh, he has a beautiful blouse on." It was Ricky Grundy.
And I can't do that part. But he later moved to Asia, right?
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he moved to. But Ricky would tell us always, no matter what you do, I don't care if you're shouting, look at me.
Don't you take your eyes off.
Don't ever take your eyes, because he would recompose the song while we were singing it.
Wow.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, that's a choir director, though. I mean,
that was my favorite. He would completely recompose the song.
Yeah.
While we were singing it. But if you didn't watch him and listen, now that's what LaShone could teach, choir listening. Because if you can listen to your choir member, right, you can sing anything. And
as myself, I always tell my choirs that rehearsal is just for foundation. Rehearsals are the foundation of the song. Performance, when we get out there on Sunday mornings or whatever, that's when you have to be in tune, because now that you got the foundation of it, I'm going another way with this bad boy. As soon as that note hit, as soon as we get to that tag, or as soon as we get to that bridge, you have to watch, because I'm going somewhere else that we have not rehearsed.
And the beautiful thing about gospel music is that the nature of it is improvisational.
Yeah.
So you don't know where you're going even from the start. You think you don't know. Then there's the other pieces that you're singing about spirit. Spirit may pick the whole thing up and put it in Vegas.
Right.
You don't know what spirit may completely change the whole thing based on its own. What we say, have your way, Lord. Well, that will happen. That will happen. So you need to pay attention.
That's why it scares me when LaShone was just talking about ministry, because you have to remember that even in ministry, when it comes to choirs and singing, there is a performance aspect of it that needs to be cultivated. Because without the performance aspect, people will not connect. They will not listen. They will not look. You will not hold their attention.
And there is a way, in my opinion, now this is where my age kicks in. There's a way to do performance of gospel music.
Yeah.
You do not have to come on stage looking like a sexy superhero.
No.
You do not have to come on stage fighting with your hips, right? You can move. Kirk taught us that you can move. Kirk Franklin. Kirk moves a lot, right? Yet the integrity of his message is clear. There's a way to present yourself as a gospel singer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, gospel singers don't look like R&B singers. Why? Because they're gospel singers. They look different. But I was at an event And backstage, I thought, oh, okay, well, I guess I must be good. I thought I was going to hell. I'm cool here.
Right.
Oh, okay. The ethic has changed. I'm cool.
Mm-hmm,
All right.
mm-hmm.
Because I saw skirt lengths and low cuts and baby, my brothers, this doggone Italian cut pants that y'all are doing.
Oh, it's very tight now. It be so tight. It be so tight.
It look like Spanx. I'm so sick.
I mean, you can see if they cut and uncut and everything else.
Oh my God. I was at the hospital and I grabbed one of the nurses and I said, baby, you wasting your time here, Kaiser. Okay. Your time in Kaiser, honey. You need to go on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I asked him, do you have an OnlyFans or something like that? Is you advertising in Kaiser for something else? Because they were so tight.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
They were so tight. I think that gospel singers and R&B singers represent something different, right? And so there's a way to perform gospel. You don't have to choke a gospel music song to push it up a hill. You got to leave room because spirit can come in and blow that whole thing up. You got to leave some room.
And see, this is good because these are aspects that I think LaShone, if she listens, I'm going to send her the link. If she listens to it, we are going, she can go another way because there has to be a plan, a clear plan, and it has to be something new in order to make this new music conference work. It's not going to work with old.
I think what she's doing very honestly is she is saying, I see y'all ain't really going nowhere with this, so I'm going to step in and go on and take it over myself.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's at this point, it's just a stagnant conference that's sitting over there. And if y'all don't go walk around there,
y'all
not going to hear nothing. And she wants a little bit more aggression. And I don't blame her. It's her father.
I don't either. Yeah. And like I told her, I told I would expect my daughter, if I had a conflict, I want her to go in there kicking and screaming to keep my legacy not just alive, but actually alive and kicking.
And vital. And
vital to the community.
What are we going to do about Loretta?
Loretta better pack her bags and get the hell out of Los Angeles. Because let me tell you, Regina.
This woman is on Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about how she has popped you in the face.
Yeah.
And she believes that there are others that have popped you as well. And we know that you've been popped because the church is full. Honey.
Well, and we know because they didn't keep me 48 to 72 hours in the loony bin, then they let me go because they knew there was others. So they might as well just let me go. That's why they let me go.
Loretta, it is time to go. Loretta. Now you thought you could pull this off. See, first of all, people don't know what no, Val.
Go ahead. Walk with it. Walk it.
People don't know what Greater Bethany is.
Right. Oh, if they ever knew. If they knew.
Okay. Now, Greater Bethany used to be a low-down church where you could wear out a pair of shoes on a Sunday night, baby. Get your
Sunday nights was no joke.
Ooh, with Miss Big Steven sitting up there in that choir stand.
Big old Steve, baby. Big Steve, that we called him.
I went to junior high school with Steven. With Miss Big Old Steven up there, honey, hitting notes and all, baby.
Jonathan Greer just wearing that choir to shreds.
Okay. Now, in my opinion, that's not what it is today. Okay. It's a lot about Bishop.
Well, that's why Jonathan couldn't stay there, but because him and Bishop Jones would get in it, at it. He'd be like, he'll reach over and tell Jonathan, what the hell what you singing that song for offering for? You messing up my offering. Like if Jonathan wouldn't sing the song that he wanted him to sing for offering, Bishop Jones would get on Jonathan. And Jonathan was like, oh no, I ran this ship over here.
Let's put a bullet in that. Now that's who could be the face of her conference. Now that's who could be the face of the conference. Okay. Now it's a lovely old face to look at.
Jonathan is my buddy.
Jonathan
He's one of my mentors.
He has always been fine, and he has his own legacy in gospel music at this point as well.
Come on, talk, Dr. Mack. Talk. She said you can't put new wine in old wineskin. We got to get some new
No.
wineskins around here.
See now. And see now, Dr. Mac, be careful when you talk about gospel music and skins. The kids get triggered.
People take it the wrong way.
The kids get triggered. Yeah, I like
And Jonathan has all the connections. He directed our music and arts choir for 25 plus years, and he still has connections all over the place. So I think that's interesting.
We've given him a new career just now. We've given him given him a job. Yes. Now I'd like to see Jonathan do something.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, he's with Music and Arts Global. He is the choir director. He's still in his position.
Is he a mortician?
I don't know. I think his friend was. I don't think he is.
He's not working down there to Angeles.
You know what? I thought he always worked for the VA.
I don't know.
I would have to ask him. I'll ask him one day. I'll ask him.
Jonathan was now we're talking about people y'all don't know, so let's take it back to the 80s. Gorgeous. Everybody
dressed like nobody's business.
And can dress, could actually model.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Could actually model, right? Anywhere, right? But see, this is in our day. I like the freedom that we have, but we had something to prove in our day. So you didn't just step in there any old kind of way. You were sharp, and Jonathan was always sharp. But in my day, you had your choir sisters, Yeah. It was a culture of going to different churches on a Sunday night and singing. That was right. And then ending it at Jules' room. Okay.
Was that the club?
Baby, let me tell you, I have seen some folks shout so hard at Jules' room with a brandy sniffer in their hand. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Don't you remember Judy Jones?
Judy Jones.
You don't remember Judy. You're not an East Coast child, a West Coast child.
I am a West Coast, but I'm in I was in this Northern California. So
okay.
We went down there to LA, but it wasn't like all the time.
Judy Jones was, at that time, an older lesbian woman, right?
No, I'm sorry, Tim Bree. No, two different Greer, but everybody thought that was his daddy. No, that is not the Greer from Atlanta.
No, that's the same one.
Yeah, people thought that, though. So you're not alone.
Baby, you go sing all day long, and then everybody would pile into Jules' room, honey, for open mic night. You were not a singer that came to LA if you did not sign up for open mic night.
Oh, wow.
Ain't nobody coming to your concert. You need to come.
You got to audition at Jules' place first.
Baby, Judy would have them kids up in there, and all of a sudden you'd hear an Eco-Bo shah from the back.
Listen.
And somebody, and yes, they had a working organ. Honey, I have seen children go up. Go up. With cocktails in their hand. Those were the days.
Well, see, my cousin, he was a reigning Miss This and Miss That up in the Bay Area. And they would do the shows up there in the Bay. And he told me, he said they get in there doing change, Tremaine's change. And, doing, they said they all be out there laid out.
In the bar? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I have seen some of the best church experiences up in Jules' room, but see, there's some other places where I've seen spirit move that I cannot talk about.
You tell some and you keep some.
baby. Let's just say that my womanhood comes with texture, so I have to watch my mouth.
Yeah, you tell some and keep some. Yeah, yeah.
Honey. All right, well, it's time. I'm gonna let you have your show, babe.
Excuse me.
Now, St. James, is it really hard to work all these bells and whistles of producing the show while you're on the show?
Not really. No, it's not. Poor Todd just still cuts himself up and tears himself up for paying all that money for months. But I told him, I'm one of the ones who told him, listen, you can do this shit by yourself. And you see he's doing it, so.
Back away. Okay. Hot.
Thank you, Val. for
I
coming
love
up.
y'all. Thank you so much. You know, we have a lot of show crossover, right? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have been holding me while I navigate releasing my
Mm-hmm.
mother into her next greatness, I want you to know I'm doing all right. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
I'm
Mm,
okay. Uh, I miss my best friend. I miss her a
mm,
lot. I miss her a lot. I want to kiss her face. I want to
mm.
twerk on her head and do the stuff that we used to do. Right. I miss my girl. I miss her physical image. You
Yeah.
all pray for me because I
Mm,
have to go and pick up her remains Tuesday. And I don't know,
mm.
actually Monday. And so, you know, hold me in prayer. I don't know how that's going to be for me.
Yeah.
Um, I miss her dearly. I miss her
Mm.
face. I miss messing with her.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
But we're
All
still
right, St.
praying for
James,
you.
I love you.
All
Please
right.
do hold me in prayer, y'all.
We will.
Bye bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. No. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. What are you saying, Mr. Prim? I sit on the board of directors for the New York chapter. Okay. I serve with the Birmingham chapter as composer and director and drummer for you. What do you think about it, Prim? Do you think that she has a stake in this? Do you think she can actually turn some things around, or you think LaShone is barking up a tree that has already been cut down? What do you think? What's up, Pastor Stephen McMillan Lennon? All right. So I don't know. For those of you who were just, I'm for those of you who are just joining in, let me go ahead and play this LaShone before I get out of here. I'm just going to play it again for those of you who are just joining. This is what LaShone Cleveland is endeavoring to do. She doesn't feel that the GMWA is living up to its mission statement. So she's bought the trademark, and I'll let you listen to the rest of this.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's gonna be one of those things somewhere, depending upon whenever you look at this video. I said I wanted to do a video so that I could give you some information about JCGME. So that's why we're here. In September of 2022, I purchased the trademark to the Gospel Music Workshop of America. And the reason I did that was because I feel like the organization is failing gospel music. When you look at what my father built and what we have going on today, it's really disheartening. And then there's lots of complaints coming out of the organization, lots of complaints from inside the organization, and it's just time for something to be done.
I'm interested to know what is, I've heard some things, but what's the bad blood? What has been the issues between her and leadership? Is it the direction? Is it her not being included in the structure of GMWA? What has been the bad blood? And if anybody wants to pop up and tell me that is connected with the GMWA, yeah, I would love to listen.
So I purchased the trademark, and JCGME will be structured after GMWA. So, with that being said, I need your help, because I don't want to do the chapter thing. I don't want to do that.
Which is smart.
I think the situation with GMWA is a titles thing. It's like everybody has a title. Everybody wants a title. And it's too much of that. So we're gonna eliminate some of the titles, and we're just all gonna work together. How about that? Can we try that out? So I'm gonna need people that are experienced with scheduling, because we need to get choirs scheduled, singers scheduled, all that's working with backstage. I've had a few people say they want to work with registration, so the registration is pretty much covered. We have a few people that are going to be dealing with the registration aspect of the experience. I would like to get a program together, a book. So if there's somebody that has experience with doing that, getting some ads and advertisements and all of that together, that would be great. Just give me a call. Hit me up. So I mean, there's a lot of things. If you go to the website jcgme.org, you will find a volunteer form. On that volunteer form, there is basically a list of things that we're going to need to make things happen. So when you go to the website to register, hit the volunteer form, check it out, see if there's something that you would like to do, and somebody will get in contact with you at a later date to discuss, how we're gonna handle, everything going on, because we don't have like a board meeting set up prior to August. So we may have to do some Zooms and all of that. So with that being said, people, this is like really real for me, and this is also a call out to a lot of you gospel artists that were a part of GMW.
So Gary Prim,
What's up, bro?
is this a recipe for disaster, or is this something that should be supported? In your opinion, these are just opinions here.
Yeah, and right, exactly, because people get crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, crazier than normal. Um, I'll say this. I think, from my opinion, from what I saw or see, and even been in some conversations, I've always questioned why the family wasn't part of the ongoing vision.
I mean, from the time that he died,
Right
she could have
after
been
he died.
there.
but we also got to remember, though, I don't know how old she was when
I think
James
it's her early
Cleveland
20s.
passed.
Early
Right.
20s, I believe.
Remember, he really kind of handpicked, to a certain extent, Clean, Mr. Clean, and Albert Jamison to really
Yeah.
kind of carry things, because they were really his right hand crew. There were others who
Mhm.
was with them, but if you hear any of like backstage conversations, excuse me, Mr. James Cleveland really trusted Albert Jamison, Bishop Jamison, and Mr. Clean. That doesn't say that he didn't trust others, but
Yeah.
and of course he knew he was transitioning, and you got to remember, at that time, Mr. Clean was a very popular gospel music artist, and Albert Jamison was hot with the Triborough Mass Choir. So
Right.
it was kind of like gospel on the forefront. The East Coast gospel sound was was huge. You
Mhm,
had
mhm.
the emergence of Hez had
Right.
recently come out. Timothy Wright was already a staple. Benny Cummings was still alive.
Mhm.
He was sick, but his sound had been solidified as far as the Long Island sound. Um, and there was, in other cities, you had the Ford brothers there in Philly, the late Bishop Ford and Stephen Ford,
Yeah.
and the list just goes up and down on the East Coast. That doesn't mean that the West Coast wasn't represented, because you had the Hawkins family, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
by that time, the everything West Coast in many areas, as far as gospel music, was shifted towards um, Edwin and Walter's conference.
Yep,
Um,
music and arts. Yeah, yeah.
yes, so they kind of had to push a West Coast chapter, an LA chapter,
Hmm.
um, to kind of get things going because, of course, James was well, excuse me, Dr. Cleveland was there. But I think, in the grand scheme of it, I think that uh, uh, James Cleveland kind of saw that Albert Jamison at the time had the name recognition and
Hmm.
the ability to
You over there building a
stabilize.
house?
No, my my wife, she's getting ready for a tea on tomorrow,
Oh,
and
okay.
so she's she's cooking some stuff, and she's doing her thing, and
I feel
I'm
it.
I'm staying completely out of her way. You heard me? Um, but so I think that's what it's, I think he was really trying to stabilize, and people knew Albert Jameson and Mr. Clean for being with uh, James Cleveland.
And
Now,
I
look at
mean, we do a lot of nepotism in the church when it comes to, people taking over
yes,
the pastors, churches, and it doesn't go well.
I
That
was
in
on.
Connecticut, that
Yes,
didn't go well.
that didn't go well at all, and I was heading down that street. Um,
Hmm.
Perhaps he felt that she could work with them and eventually they could turn it over to her, or kind of set it up. But I believe that from word go, I believe she wanted it, and perhaps they thought she wasn't ready to carry
Mm,
it
mm.
um at its height. And then when a person feels that they're not getting what they want, sometimes they start to feel like they're being shunned, and then you get back talk, and you get all type of
Yeah, yeah.
you get all these fights that start to happen, and then you get sides, and every time you add another person to a side, the divide.
No, but yeah, we can't
uh,
forget about Al Hobbs.
you cannot forget about the late Al Hobbs. So once you do
Mhm.
with the whole middle of the country,
Yeah.
Indianapolis side of things, you build an even bigger gap, from what could have been, I believe, fixed just with the real conversation. I think at one point she just wanted to be um, recognized for being who she was. But I think she
Hmm.
also got to look at it perhaps from this perspective. If you wasn't part of GMWA, and this is not being funny, I don't know her to be a singer or a musician or a choir
Right.
director, and she very well could be.
I don't know her to
But
be that either. I don't, because I've always questioned that. What was her workings within the music
right, so
from the
what
beginning?
exactly? Right, so what exactly were you bringing to the organization, or were you built more for the business side? Maybe
Which
you
would
didn't
would
have the
would be
talent.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, because people do that all the time. They let the talent be the talent, and then they let the business mind person do what they do. I just think that there perhaps was a window when they could have pulled her in, but I
Hmm.
think once you start taking people to court, and people start getting sued
How
from
many
a
times did she take them to court?
I stopped counting. I'm not even sure. I'll be honest with you, man, because from my understanding, it was several times, and then you start going from the corporation side to
Yeah.
taking people to court personally. Now you have to start looking at it. Do I need to remain attached to this, or do we need to pull away?
Well, the thing
And
about it, and then she goes last year and purchases the trademark.
which was to me not smart. To to me was not smart to me.
Yeah.
Um, because after all of these years, um, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
Um, Now she made a statement in her live that I have to push back against. I have to.
Mm-hmm.
The statement was that the lighter that the GMWA is failing.
Yeah, see, that's what
Um,
me and Valerie, what Valerie asked me that question, and I was verklempt because that was the issue. That failing word that's a little strong.
that's a major strong statement because first of all, if that's the case, then that same argument could be used against parents whose grown children go out here
Go the
and
wrong way.
go
Right.
the wrong way. That's
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
parents'
No.
responsibility. That's that young person's responsibility. We got
Yeah.
to be honest and just admit that the gospel music idiom as we know it, we have gone so far, not so much with the message, but with trying to be relevant, that we've
Right.
lost the 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 solid sound of gospel.
And that,
Yes.
and that's what we were speaking of the Stellar Awards. I mean, and
Mhm,
I
mhm.
understand that she mentioned that, but I'm like, Stellar Awards and GMWA, two different things because you can still go to the GMWA, sit your behind down and listen to choirs all freaking night.
All night long. The GMW
So,
all night long. The
yeah.
GMWA is known for its traditional.
Hold on, Prim.
Money coming to me now.
A few of them been cutting up and I hadn't pressed it. But thank y'all. But go right ahead.
You are hilarious. But but the GMWA has been known as the bedrock for uh traditional gospel, but with branches of um the young adult sound, the
Yeah, yeah, they've had
contemporary
young adults
sound.
and yeah, yeah.
Um, but you cannot blame a convention that meets twice a year
To be responsible
for
for the entire gospel music.
exactly that doesn't make sense. We have to blame ourselves because we decide what gets played on the radio because the radio people follow our trends. And
Yeah,
so, if we keep going towards these artists who don't look like they come from church, who
yeah,
don't sound like they had spent 1 minute in church, then that's where they're going to go. And what happens is the new artists come along and they go with what's trending.
yeah,
If you remember 20 years ago, was it 20 years ago? Everybody, maybe 15, 20 years ago, you stop hearing so and so and such and such choir.
you
All of a
did.
sudden, everybody that's sang in the tenor section or the alto section, they got their own group with
Yeah.
just 10 or 12 people, and
And they
they
really just
became
little bit ensembles. They ain't no choir.
they exactly. And they did that because the trend in gospel was no more choirs.
Yeah,
It was the groups and the praise and worship team. But I said 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I said the trend is going to flip. And when it flips, it's going to reveal all the fake artists. And this is what I mean.
mm-hmm.
Because as soon as the choir sound is the hot thing on radio, all of a sudden, all these people that's
They
been
want a
having
choir
this,
back. That's symbol of choir.
yeah, yes. And so what it says to me is that in the gospel music idiom, we are more today, we're more pushed for the trend versus our true sound. I'm not saying everybody has to sing Amazing Grace like
Right.
Mahalia. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. But I believe as a pastor, as a father, now as a new grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
um, when I get a chance to talk to people who don't go to church
Mm-hmm.
and they hear music that I might have in my car and they hear something that sounds churchy,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't even have to be hand clapping, foot stomping, but the
They just
bass,
know what
but
is that connection is
they
there. Yeah.
yes, that bass line needs to feel like it's a funky church bass line.
Let's listen to
The,
this real quick. We listened to it
Mhm.
earlier, but your
We
thoughts
don't
on
get a chance
this?
to get choir music like that anymore. And the reason why we don't is because people think, here go workshop real quick, that praise and worship is supposed to replace the choir. And let me help all you praise and worship leaders real quick.
Talk about it.
Praise and worship don't replace the choir. Praise and worship is what we render to the Lord. Choir music is what we render to the people in the pew. And when you take the choir music out, who blesses the people? So we're supposed to bless the Lord, but the people in the audience are not supposed to be entertained. They're supposed to be encouraged by choir music.
That's good. That's good.
Can I keep on going?
Keep on going, man.
And then we still need our hymns in the church, because when you take our hymns out the church, you displace the older saints. And the older saints ain't going to praise and worship with y'all because we don't know what y'all saying. And then you want us to stand and hold our hands up for 15, 20 minutes for what?
Teach a lesson. Teach a lesson. You fussing now. Now you fussing.
For
Okay,
what? Stand on my feet to hold my hands up to do what? While you sing?
Yeah.
This ain't a solo for you. Teach me to praise and worship so I can enjoy it and worship with you.
Well,
I have been yelling this from the rooftop because as you and I background are very similar.
mm-hmm.
I was always known here in New York for being a drummer, but also being a composer, but also being a choir
Yeah.
director and choir trainer. Um, I've built choirs. Um, I've said so many times that we created superstars
Yeah.
in the church because of this whole praise and worship
Because we've
idiom.
given people of their background singers,
Yes,
you know.
and then we want to get up and preach on them when they
Yeah.
when they leave out of your service at 10:15 because they got to do praise and worship at the church 5 miles away
Right, right,
um
right, right. Yeah.
at 10:45. Well, you created that monster.
Yeah, we do have to
Um,
put the blame on ourselves because we really want to become more people what they call them, people seekers, or what do they call that? What's,
yes,
you know,
relevant. I'm just
that
gonna call it. We
people.
want to be relevant.
Yeah, I think your sound is cutting up a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying, says Pastor Passon would be a good leader for the new and very. I think she ought to reach out to people like that and maybe mix the old with the newer, get somebody newer, as the
Yes.
face forward, and then somebody that can hold down that choir aspect. Let's go back to Dr. Tony's question, and that's my issue. She bought the trademark of the GMWA, so
hmm
LaShone bought it, but
hmm
what exactly does that do?
It, as far as I'm concerned, family, that was a purchase for ego. I don't know her
Had
personally,
to been.
but if you haven't set in place uh a a a a track record of music, um even doing workshops,
Yeah.
uh doing conferences, if there is no uh notice anywhere of you doing anything that would even resist what your father did,
Mm.
then what need, in my opinion, what need is it for
I think
you to
your sound
purchase
is
it?
kind of
Oh,
um,
maybe I'm too far for anything.
yeah.
But what need is it for you to purchase? Uh,
Yeah, I just want to get some clear understanding, and I really want to know. I tried to get her on the horn, but she's so
yeah.
busy. Um,
They say again. I don't know her personally, so I'm just simply talking about it from the perspective of someone who works in the GMWA. Yes, the organization needs to be uh revived and perhaps revamped in certain areas.
doesn't all
Um,
organizations need some reorging at
all
some point?
every
You
one of
know?
matter of fact, we just had a Bishop just had us in a meeting 2 weeks ago. Two weeks
Yeah,
ago, um, about the GMWA and the future. Uh, um, um, some things that are going to be going on, with expanding the brand and rebranding and letting go of some stuff
yeah.
and re really taking the time to do a deep dive into what's working without
And you know what? I because
losing.
yeah,
Mhm.
without losing what we have, um, like with Donald, I don't think we're ever bringing the music and arts global back to the U.S.
It doesn't
I
need to.
I think we're always going to be out in Europe or somewhere around because that's where the appreciation for gospel music is. And we can sit there. When we were in London, we sat there with all those thousands of people in one
Hmm.
place just singing. And that's a music workshop to me.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right. Well, see, what you just said is the reason that the GMWA looks like it's not effective,
Hmm.
because we who are gospel music lovers who participate in gospel music, whether you're part of the Thomas Dorsey
Hmm.
convention, the GMWA, the Edwin Hawkins
Hmm.
family, or any
Hmm.
other conference around the country, what we have done, if we be honest, we have completely taken advantage of what we do naturally. So, because we
Right.
do it with ease, we don't really appreciate um, the the level of change that we can bring to a community.
Yeah.
So a lot of us, if we be honest, St. James, as musicians, songwriters, choir directors, singers, administration people, we've lost our passion
Yeah.
for the gospel,
Hmm.
whether it be gospel music or the preached gospel. We've lost our passion because we're pursuing relevancy.
And the thing about it that goes along that line, when we were in London, where I was filming, I was
Hmm.
going down the aisles, kind of filming and singing. I would get to
Hmm.
whoever section I was in. I would just sing the part with them. And some
Hmm.
of them came up, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe how powerful you are and how great.
Hmm.
But we do it with such ease and without even thinking about it. But that
Hmm.
is something that they're wanting us to teach them to do, wanting
That's
us
why.
to connect with them, that projection, that performance of gospel music that's still mixed with ministry. We, like I said, we're taking it for granted here, and I think just
Hmm.
getting them together just to hear each other sing, there has to be another way to do this thing. So if you're going to go about purchasing trademarks
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
wanting to reorganize, don't just reorganize it to say, okay, I'm going to but I'm not going to have any chapters. What the hell are you going to have? What else are you going to have?
Chapters. Let me tell you what this is going to be. In my opinion, if she does not have the right inner core team from the
Yes.
beginning to
And
help
coming on
to
the internet
develop,
to
yeah,
implore people is not going to work.
is because you're going to get a little bit of crazy, a little bit of
Yes, you
cuckoo,
are.
and a little bit of they don't let me sing at my local church, so here's a chance for me to jump ahead and be out front. What if she doesn't get the right people in
Yeah.
her on her team? This is what she's going to end up with: a conference
Yeah.
of music singers, musicians,
Yep. Yep.
composers that are going to come together for a few days to learn, to network, and to do all of that, which means it's just going to be a repeat
A repeat.
of the GMWA, because that's
Yeah.
what the GMWA, and they don't hide that. It is a networking system.
It
It
is, and that's what that's what I was telling somebody. They don't understand. No, no, no. It's not really. The major thing is not on ministry right now. It's just a place where people go once a year for their vacation. Some people,
Mhm,
and they
mhm.
just go to link up and to see the people they haven't seen and to network, because generally those artists want to be booked at these other people's churches and events and everything. So you go there to really network.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I mean, if we just be honest and admit that that's what it is, which is what I believe Bishop Jamison is kind of leaning to me. He's leaning to that. Let's call it for what it is. But he also said something in one of the meetings. He said we have to be honest enough to address in real time the negative conversations
Yeah.
that have gone on about the GMWA. And let's be fair,
Hmm.
some of it is true and some of it isn't. But when
Well,
you are
I
the
mean, probably 80% of it is true, but
yes,
but even within that, there still has to be a clear vision. You mean, let me tell you, I'm sure there was some scoots getting around at No More
come,
Sheets when she preached
come
No More Sheets
on,
and Woman Thou
you
Art
know,
Loose. I mean,
come on. It is what it is.
it is
Um,
what it
our
is.
our job is I can't police you into
No,
doing what you know is right or wrong. You want to do that whether you come to the conference or not. But let's be clear with our vision, and
with the
let's not
vision.
just yes,
Yeah,
and let's not let our vision just be a cliche.
because where
Let's
there's
let
no
it
vision, what happens?
the people perish. And
That's
so
what
now
they do.
people stop coming. People
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
coming because they said, why am I wasting my time? Well, I'll leave you with this. And
Hmm.
this is where we have to be honest, bro. A lot of people stop coming because they looked at certain artists who openly admitted that their national platform began when they went to the GMWA.
Yeah.
Um, and so people started coming thinking that that will happen for me. But you got to look at the other side of that conversation. They also have projects coming out,
Oh yeah.
or
Everybody
they
has
went
an
and
agenda.
yes, or they went and did workshops and they didn't charge a ton of money. They went and they built up a network of ministers and music around the country who, when they heard new music was coming out from this artist, those choir people said, "Oh, I remember her. I remember them from the GMWA."
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, everybody's not going to be a Kirk Franklin who
No,
launched from the GMWA.
because I was like
Everybody's
that. I would go and then eventually see some people that I saw there, maybe on one of the showcase nights or something like
Mhm,
that, and I'd be like,
mhm.
"Oh, they're from the GMWA." So it can do what it's supposed to do. It can.
Let me tell you something, bro. My song One Word
Hmm.
was recorded originally in 2004, right? 2006, I went to Dallas, Texas, with the GMWA, and I taught it for the first time to the women of worship.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
they did my song at the 11 p.m. Concert. That's when they used to do the concerts late night.
Yeah, yeah, I
My
remember.
I got up to do my song. It was about 12:30 when they did my song. Um, the song went over wonderfully. People were blessed. Um, Angela Spivey came up to me. She said, "Baby, I don't know who you are, but if I have anything to do with it, this song needs to be heard by the world." Right? And
Wow.
different artists who was in the audience heard it, liked it, And from that, the next year we were in Orlando. I'm walking through the hotel, going to mass choir rehearsal, myself
Mhm.
and my wife, and a delegation from Osaka, Japan, ran up on me.
They love us.
Pastor Prim, Pastor Prim,
Mhm.
Pastor Prim, can we take a picture? And of course, it scared me because I'm like, hold up, I'll punch you in Jesus' name, but hold up. So, and
Yeah.
so what they said was, we sang your song last year,
Wow.
and we took it to our radio stations in Japan. I didn't do it; they took it,
Right.
and
Right.
it's been played over there for years. They remembered, and
Mm.
so they just wanted. They saw me somehow as a celebrity. I saw me
Right.
as Gary Prim. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
but I mean that is the, what you're. Let's do this. Gospel Music Workshop of America, but it has extended out of America, which it should do. So you should be
Yes.
getting connections all over the world. I met a choir in they're from Spain in London,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
in January to do a music workshop for them.
And that's what the gym, that
You
platform
know,
opens up.
that's what the
There's a choir.
platforms are supposed to be.
There's a choir that comes every year from Norway to the GMWA,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
they blow everybody away because
Oh,
of the
yes.
purity in
Yeah.
their singing. I
Yeah.
have had the opportunity to do workshops for people around the country, from teaching one or two songs, and over the years, and people have requested us to come.
Mhm.
So here's my point: you can't come to the GMWA thinking that you're going to become a megastar, because
Right.
that's the wrong reason. But
Yeah.
you can come if you're taking your writing seriously,
Yeah.
um and you don't want to be an artist, you just want to be known as a composer to sell your music to other recording artists. That's the platform. That's the reason I believe James Cleveland started it. It was to highlight singers, musicians,
Yeah, definitely. That's even
composers.
in his is in his bio. That's what he
he
wanted to do.
he was trying to feed the gospel music industry with
Yeah.
untapped singers, writers, directors, so that the gospel music industry wouldn't dry up.
Yeah.
We walked away, not the vision. The vision is still there. We walked away from it trying to be relevant. So
And
I
you know,
think you
and
have,
yeah, and I
mhm,
understand. I so thank you for coming up, Prim. I'm going to have to get out of
yeah,
here,
yeah,
but
yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you for coming up. But that's the thing. Okay, you've made a power move.
Now
What
what?
you gonna do with this move? What you gonna do with it now? Thanks, Prim.
You got it, bro.
All
Peace.
right, man. Bye bye.
Yep.
Man, so Dr. Tony, yeah, I'm with you. Sounds like she needs to spend more time clarifying. It's not quite clear. You're just saying you want ministry back into gospel music. You want to get this conference going. You don't want to have chapters, which is fine. I don't think you need chapters either. But you said her appeal comes across tentative and unstable at the moment. I'm not convinced she's ready. Well, it's been pushed back about 3 times. It's been pushed back about 3 times. So I don't even really feel even this with making pleas online. I don't think that's the route to go for a successful music conference. So that's my opinion. We'll see if things actually take off for August 2024. Of course, it's like I said, I don't know if it will even happen at that times. Yeah, she'll need leaders like Vincent Bohannon. Did you say Vincent Bohannon? Well, I want everybody to know on Wednesday I will be interviewing the one and the only great Pastor Vincent Bohannon out of Brooklyn, New York, with the Sounds of Victory Choir. So y'all make sure that if you're not able, if you're working, it's 11 a.m. my time, California, 2 p.m. Eastern, Central and Mountain. Y'all figure that out. but I will be interviewing Vincent Bohannon this coming Wednesday. So please, please, please set your notifications. Go in there into the video already and click like for me. For those of you who don't have premium YouTube and you get ads, don't ever click skip on my ads. If you ain't gonna give a cash app, if you ain't gonna give a super sticker or a super chat, let the commercials play. All right. So join me next Wednesday as I interview the one and only Vincent Bohannon, who just had his CD drop last night or this morning live in Dallas. It is fire. You want to make sure you go to all of your download streaming such as Spotify and Apple Music and what y'all use over there at them Android phones. I don't know what y'all use. I don't know. I don't know what y'all use. Google Play. They tell you Google Play or something like that. Go over there and download it, and you will enjoy that. That's one of them non-skippable type of CDs. All right. You don't remember me? The nurse. I think you said that last week, and I didn't. I thought you was gonna send me a message, and I still didn't know who you were. Yeah. That project is hot. All right. So back to I'm just saying. Yeah, LaShone will probably need leaders like Vincent Bohannon, DeAndre Patterson, JJ Harrison. That's a good one. JJ. He's so enamored with Matthew Stevenson right now. He over there. He got one of them Anwars. Don't he do Anwar in DC? Ricky Dillon. Now Ricky got his own little thing going. I don't think Ricky would be willing to kind of shift his direction to head something like this. But there's definitely others that we name, I think there needs to be a head person in front of it. And I think gingerly kind of do it, with the already bad blood between her and leadership of the GMWA. It could be a little interesting how to maneuver that. But Ricky Dillon's nurse. You Ricky Dillon's nurse? Ricky Dillon's nurse? You Ricky Dillon's nurse? The nurse. Are you? Were you in Chicago at the VIP, at his little, at the VIP thing? When he recorded in Chicago a couple years ago? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. Just wanted to. Oh, okay, cool. All right, then I probably remember you by face. But the nurse, Ricky Dillon's nurse. Don't know if I remember what you look like. I don't know. I was a little spirited that night, so I don't remember much. But God is good. God is a healer. Okay. All right. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming through. I just wanted to bring some light to that, so that she done swiped the trademark for the GMWA. It is under her name, which is LaShone Cleveland. So I don't know what exactly that's going to entail. Oh, we had 3 hours. Oh, I got to get out of here, y'all. What have I been doing online for 3 hours? I have no life or what? It's Friday night. Why y'all ain't what William call it, lipping and lapping? Y'all ain't lipping and lapping tonight somewhere? It's Friday night. Thank you for all of the. Oh, somebody just see y'all so kind tonight. Y'all must have got a check. Did somebody get a check tonight? I didn't get no check. Did somebody get a check?
Money coming to me now.
All right, y'all too much for me tonight. Y'all too much for me. So y'all tip. Yesterday ain't nobody tipping and dipping and lipping and lapping, huh? Y'all here looking at St. James tonight and listening to me. But yeah, so I don't know, y'all. So maybe I can get LaShone on the horn. She was gonna I had her on the horn a little while ago, but then she canceled the conference. So we'll see if we can get her on the horn maybe this weekend or something, or next week. Maybe next week, because I got Vincent this coming week. So we'll see if maybe she can give us a little bit more insight, because I think there needs to be some questions asked so we can have a clear understanding. I really want to know why she bought the trademark. Was that necessary? Why didn't you buy it years ago? How does that affect GMWA as today? Or does it have no relevance? She can have the trademark. And GMWA will change the acronym instead of Gospel Music Workshop of America. What can we change it to? The Great Music of Anarchy. I don't know. Maybe they have to change the acronyms. Who knows? I don't know. But maybe we can get on the horn and figure some things out. Maybe Jamison don't even care. Maybe he say, I'm tired of fighting with her. Who cares? So I don't know. That might be it too. So she says GMWA has failed gospel music. I don't know what to say. I don't know if that's the truth or not. Please, everyone, like, share, and make sure that you are a member or you have subscribed to the St. James Show, all right? So even though, look what you say, Ray, even though she bought the trademark, you could get it back because she... Oh, well, interesting. Okay, all right. What you say now? Even though she bought the trademark, you could get it back because they can prove they used it first. Yeah, I thought it was a use type of thing. Let me read something really quick. Let me read something. Because I thought I saw something on that trademark. And this is public record, so it ain't nobody doxing nobody. Y'all can go and read every address and everything and stay on there. Goods and services. Let me just say. Training service in the field of gospel music, gospel heritage, and choirs, arranging and conducting and training workshop in the field of gospel music, gospel heritage, and choirs, arranging and conducting of workshops in the field. Education services, namely conduct. Okay, that's repeating the same stuff. First use in commerce. That's interesting. What does that mean? First use. Is that what you're talking about there, Ray? And they got the design, bumper stickers. Disclaimer: no claim is made to the exclusive right to use music arts. Okay, you can't exclusively use music arts because music arts is across the board. Yeah, that's my question too. Why now? But why now? What was that in? Somebody that was in something. I still got her playing in the background. Let me get rid of her. She wiping her nose and carrying on. So no claim to okay, just color is not claimed as a feature of the mark. Mark consists of the silhouette of two people in front of cross within a thick circle outline of the cross is okay. They're describing. You have to describe the logo when you do a trademark. See, they describe it. Founder at the bottom. Service mark, put the name, put your signature. I don't know, y'all. So maybe the first use thing will come into play. Maybe. I don't know. We got a trademark is the logo, not the name. Yeah, the trademark is the logo, not the name. Trademark is right. But why do that? So are you going to plaster that logo on the new James Cleveland music? What you call it? James Cleveland Gospel Music Experience? I don't understand. Why? Oh, well. We'll understand it better by and by, y'all. We'll understand it better. Mm-mm-mm. You say, just asking what is her issue with Jimmy? Fill me in, someone. The main issue, she's never really been apart from the beginning. Her dad wanted, who he had in charge, which is Albert Jamison. That, from what Gary Prim is saying, that it was Mr. Clean White, and of course we all knew the Reverend Al Hobbs was one of the mainstays in the beginning, that held everything together. So I don't know if maybe she was too young at the time, because I think she was in her early 20s when he passed away in 91. Y'all can do the math. He died in 91. I don't know how she is. She probably, I think she's in her 60s, early 60s. It should be. Yeah. Yeah, I guess she can make money. She can go out there and do some bumper stickers and some T-shirts and some hats, some scarves with the logo of GMWA on there, and she can legally make the money off of it. Let me tell you this, like I said earlier, my daughter would have been making money off me, but before my body was cold at Cooley's funeral home. She would have got over there and said, all right, let's keep this ship going. Because I got purses and cars and things about. I know my daughter. So I don't know what she waits so late to get on the good foot. Did it got changed to just GMWA? And you can GMWA can mean anything. It can mean anything. If you just change it to an acronym and don't never spell it out, you can still use GMWA. Because you can say that means something else. But if you remember, for years it was James Cleveland's GMW. It was. Interesting. LaShone, we have questions. Question is, will you be successful with the James Cleveland Gotham Music Experience? And the answer is, I don't know. Yeah, yes, or no. I don't know. We still wondering, y'all. It's been real, everybody. We got to get out of here. Y'all got to go to bed. Time for y'all to go to bed. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. Watch and pray. Live holy every day. Join me this Wednesday as I interview the one and only Vincent Bohannon of Sounds of Victory. Maybe she's trying to have church the old time way, y'all. Maybe. I don't know. We say you got to get back to ministry because the GMWA has failed the gospel music industry. Till we meet again, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Like, share, subscribe, and keep the comments coming. And as you're doing the replay, don't like it.